MAFpod fam, glad to have you back. Michael and Austin Football Pod. What is this, the fourth
The fourth
installation?
installation.
All right. Here we are, ready for another week of college and NFL football action. Got our picks from last week, got some takes, got lots to come. So
Yeah.
get ready, grab some popcorn, and here we go.
Yeah. Exciting last weekend of football we had, as well as a quick shout out for baseball to the Dodgers for winning the World Series again. Exciting.
Back to back.
Exciting series to watch. They went in game 7. Just a great game. So shout out to them, and can't wait for next baseball season.
Absolutely. Well, here we go. Let's start with our college football picks. So we had 10 games that we picked from. We'll go from the top down. We've got Penn State at Ohio State. Ohio State 20.5-point favorite. I took Ohio State plus points. You took Ohio State with a Penn State cover. So you get a half a point there. I get a full point.
Yeah.
Vandy at Texas. Texas favored by 2.5. You took Texas with a Vandy cover, so you get a half point there. I took Vandy straight up. Georgia favored by 7.5 at Florida. We both took Georgia plus points. That's a half point for each of us. Oklahoma at Tennessee. Tennessee favored by 3.5. You took Tennessee plus points. I took Oklahoma. It's a full point for me. No points for you. USC favored by 6.5 at Nebraska. You took USC plus points. That's a half point for you. 0 points for me. Cincinnati at Utah. This was your Hail Mary take. Utah favored by 9.5. Cincinnati did not, in fact, pull off the upset. Utah plus points I took. Full point for me. No points for you. Mississippi State at Arkansas. Arkansas favored by 4.5. You took Mississippi State. I took the Hogs plus points. Full point for you. No points for me. Kentucky at Auburn. Auburn favored by 11.5 at home. Kentucky survives at Jordan-Hare and comes out with the win. So full point for me there, no points for you. Miami favored by 11.5 at SMU. Miami with a Mustang cover is what we both took. We both looked like idiots there. That is no points for either of us.
SMU complete upset.
Yeah, SMU, Kevin Jennings getting it done. Army at Air Force. Air Force favored by 1.5. Army takes the win. You get full points for that. I took Air Force plus points. No points for me.
Army.
So total out of 10 for both of us there. We got 4 for you and 4.5 for me. So barely edged out a win there.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's start from the top. Penn State at Ohio State. What'd you see there?
Yeah, so I was watching. I thought Penn State would have pulled out this win. It was a 3-point game going into half, so maybe not a win. But yeah, I was looking for a Penn State cover, but they went away from the running game in the third quarter after Ohio State kicked it into like fifth gear. They really started dominating through the air, and I think that forced Penn State's hand to try to get it to Druckenmeier, the true freshman. But no, it was Penn State was rushing the ball good with that duo of Allen and Singleton.
Yep. Katron Allen is very impressive.
Yes.
He is good.
Yes. I would not be too bad. Kind of remind me of Junkins and Henderson from Ohio State last year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if they both have pretty good NFL careers. But yeah, obviously the Ohio State's offense just way too much to handle with Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith.
What were Brandon Ennis's numbers here?
Yeah, I know he had you forget about him in the mix of Smith and Tate, but he comes in, he 4 for 41 yards. Jeremiah Smith was 6 for 123 and 2 tutties. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, that would be
one of those was an insane grab. That like one-handed grab across the goal line.
Yeah.
Just kind of, he ran a little bit of a drag route just kind of along the goal line and really got up, showed some of his physical ability there and snatched that ball. That was very impressive.
Yeah. And another great defensive performance by Arvell Reese, middle linebacker, 12 total tackles, a sack, and 2.5 tackles for loss. So,
Oh man, he was all over the place.
yeah, he's I forget what the award for linebacker of the year. I believe he's in the top running for it. I forget what.
God, you're killing me here. I know it.
Let me look it up real quick.
We're looking that up. Yeah, I mean, Penn State.
It's a Butkus Award.
The Butkus Award.
Yeah, he is
after Dick Butkus.
Yeah, he's a favorite for that right now.
Yeah, I think he deserves the looks that he's getting there.
Yeah, and Julian Sayin jumps his way to top of the Heisman race as well. He's 20 for 23, only missing 3 passes is very impressive. But I hate that he's above guys like Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson had a not so great of a game against the Gamecocks, but and you just look at the competition that he's gone up against compared to Sayin.
Yeah, with Julian Sayin and honestly with that full Ohio State roster, you tend to look at them and you go like, well, who have they really faced? You know, who have them been their big challenges? They're going up against a Penn State team that has lost their head coach, that has lost their belief in the team. I really has lost their starting quarterback, Drew Aller. So I really don't think that this is a team that you look at and go like, oh yeah, they're battle tested. I don't think so. And then you look at a team like Alabama, right? You know, Alabama went through the gauntlet, 4 ranked teams in a row, and won them all. Obviously, they had that stumble week 1 at Florida State, which has continued to look like a worse and worse loss. But the thing about that is it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Exactly. And currently they have been finishing games and just really playing at a clip of, I mean, they could compete with anybody in the nation right now if you ask me.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. They're a whole new team since that game.
So Ohio State, I'm looking forward to when they finally get tested, and I don't think they will until they face Michigan.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. Yeah, I think Michigan will really see how Julian Sayin and that team is.
Yeah. So moving on, let's go Vandy at Texas.
Yeah, this game looks a lot closer than what it was, but I mean, the gist of this game was Texas dominating, getting the ball to Ryan Wingo.
First play,
the game plan.
First play from scrimmage.
That first play really set the tone.
It's hard when you have a first play score. It is so unbelievably hard to bounce back from that kind of a momentum shift, especially when you're away. For that Vandy team going into Texas, that crowd, you've got Matthew McConaughey on the sideline going crazy. You've got Bevo just you've got everything going crazy on the first play. What was it? 70-yard reception?
75.
75-yard touchdown, something like that. And it's just so hard in an environment like that to bounce back from a huge momentum play on the first play from scrimmage. So very impressive for Texas there. And I really think that we are starting to see the person that the media sold us on for Arch Manning from preseason. Because preseason, Heisman favorite, so much pressure, the pressure of the world on him. And he comes out here and does, a great job of handling that pressure. He has not done any Carson Becks. He's not throwing the team under the bus in post-game press conferences. He's not throwing his teammates or his coaches under the bus in post-game press conferences. He has handled himself like a true professional, and now he's starting to play like it. So, he's so hard not to root for. He's a great guy, it seems, and he's got a lot of juice to him. So
and so hopping over to the defensive side, I told you last week that this game really fits into Texas's defense, where their front seven is just really good, and that showed against. They're able to contain Pavia for almost the whole game. Now there was a few slip ups where Pavia was able to escape. But
What were his rushing numbers, Pavia?
he rushed the ball 14 times for just 43 yards. So
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good. Really good defense. And the only part about Texas is that late fourth quarter.
So what is that? Is
scare.
that 3 yards per attempt on him?
Yeah, about 3 yards.
If you can hold Pavia to 3 yards per attempt,
Yeah.
that's huge. Because, I mean, if you let him break off those big ones and let him get his momentum going, that is one guy you don't want to let him get hot.
Yeah.
When he gets hot, he's dangerous.
Yeah, the fourth quarter for Texas, very scary.
Yeah.
Just total collapse on defense. They were playing a little soft,
A little complacent.
Yeah, but like I said, this game was pretty much dominated by Texas up till that fourth quarter.
Yeah. Very impressive win by Texas. If they can keep this going, they're going to heat off
and they're well alive, and they are really well and alive for the playoffs now too. That's a really big win for them.
Yeah, they're going to heat up the playoff picture because obviously, as we all know, they still have A&M on their schedule for later on. If they can go in there and beat A&M,
they got Georgia.
Next
week.
Yeah, they can really start to shake up this playoff race and put themselves in a great position. This is a team that you can look at and really say that they control their own destiny.
Yeah,
as far as the playoffs go,
for sure.
So moving on, we got Georgia at Florida, going into the Swamp. So we both took Georgia plus points here.
Yeah,
got a half a point there. Florida came in and covered the spread.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it came down to that last throw by Lagway and catch, no catch. That's like we said, one game never really decides the game. Obviously, it sucks, but I mean, if Lagway could have just put it out there a little more, if the receiver came back a little more, we're talking that Florida. We're here doing the Florida chomp now.
Yeah,
but Georgia just finds ways to win, man.
We're on different sides of the coin on this one as far as that catch. I do believe it was a catch. I think there's some angles that make it close, but I think it's a catch. But you are completely correct in saying that if it comes down to one play is deciding whether you won the game or not, then that's your fault that you put yourself in that position. If you are in a position where one play doesn't go your way and now all of a sudden you're out of the game, then you were never in the game to begin with.
Yeah.
So, Florida fans, it's a tough loss. I think that you can write off this season.
Yeah.
I mean, you're at this point, I think I'm not saying anything that nobody knows, but you can write off this season. It's over. And Georgia, great way to get out there and escape.
Yep.
Because that's what that was. That was an escape. That could have gotten very dangerous. If that was ruled a catch, now you're talking Florida at the 30 with, 2 minutes left? A minute and a half?
Yes. I think it was 2 minutes,
2 minutes left, and they were playing pretty good up until that point.
Yeah.
And they've still got, you look at their backs. They've still got Jaden Ball. They've still got, correct me if did Dallas Wilson end up going out of this game? Did he get hurt?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But you've got Dallas Wilson. You've got weapons out there. So, Georgia, don't be over here thinking that you really put a whooping on little old Florida. They could have made things dangerous for you, and they could have given you that second loss, made your playoff hopes a lot harder.
Yeah, and I think really goes out to Zachariah Branch. Had a monster game, 10 receptions for 112 yards, and Gunnar Stockton still looking like a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Just want to give a shout out to Florida's O-line. Didn't even give up a sack this game. So that's very, very impressive.
And I think that was partly in I think you can thank your quarterback for doing a lot less of this falling back in the pocket that he loves to do.
Yeah.
There's so many times where he has a clean pocket and then walks himself farther back into the pocket into pressure.
Yeah.
And if he were to just step up in that pocket and climb the pocket like he did this game, I think his success would go up. I mean, so much. He's a heck of a player. He's got so much arm talent. He is physically gifted. He can run over guys. He can be great. He just he needs to get rid of some of these bad habits that he has, and I know that that's hard to do, and that's hard to coach out of a player.
Yeah.
So I don't know what his future looks like. I don't even know if he'll be at Florida next year, to be honest.
Yeah.
But good player, definitely somebody to look out for in the transfer portal if he does end up hitting the portal. But also Florida, if he comes back for you guys, it's a good plan for your success.
Yes, very much so.
Moving on, we got Oklahoma at Tennessee. Tennessee was favored by 3.5, and Oklahoma comes out with the win. John Mateer.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the stats on,
Honestly, not a great game.
I just don't know. I don't know how Oklahoma pulled it off, but
I think it was mostly due to the turnovers on Tennessee's side.
Joey Aguilar, 2 interceptions, very costly.
Yeah.
But besides that, he 400 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. Mateer, like I keep on saying it, just not the same coming back from that injury. He was out there 19 for 29, 159 yards passing and an interception.
Yeah.
What
were his rushing numbers?
Let's see. Well, he wasn't the leading rusher, which is good, but hey, he was 16 for 80 and a touchdown, so
yeah,
very well there, 5 yards a carry.
And that's where he really gets you. He is a tough son of a gun, and he is hard to bring down, and he's a fighter. Like we said it last week, he's a warrior. He gets out there and he fights 4 yards. If he can't get it done in the air, he's going to get it done on the ground. So just definitely, he's a player to continue to watch.
Yeah.
And Joey Aguilar also definitely still a player to watch. He's had a lot of turnover-worthy throws this year that have not ended up in turnovers. And recently it has finally started to kind of bite him in the ass a little bit.
Yeah.
He's got to clean some of that stuff up, and some of that is just the fact that he is stepping onto a much bigger stage coming from App State into Tennessee. Much brighter lights, bigger moments. It's the SEC. It just means more.
Yep,
so definitely just some growing pains for him. I really don't think that there's much to worry about as far as Joey Aguilar. You just gotta clean some of that up.
Yeah, pretty much Tennessee's a big loss for Tennessee in this game, as that pushes them out of probably college football playoffs, and the Sooners stay alive.
Yep.
Sooners stay alive.
Sooners do stay alive, and that is that's one of those teams. I forget, they do have the head-to-head on Texas, or no? Does Texas have the head-to-head on them?
I think Oklahoma.
I forget who won the Red River shootout.
Texas won. So.
Texas won. Okay, so Texas does have the head-to-head with them. That's something to note going forward. If they have similar records towards the end of the season, you could look at one of those teams getting bumped out, and most likely Oklahoma, because they do lose the head-to-head there.
Yeah.
Moving on, we got USC favored by 6.5 at Nebraska. You took USC plus points. You got a half a point there because Nebraska did go out there and cover.
Yep, Nebraska did cover. Very defensive game, which I wasn't expecting. Jaden Mayava did not look great at all. 9 for 23 and an interception. But unfortunately for Nebraska, they lose Dylan Raiola for the rest of the season.
What was the injury?
I think it was an ankle. Yeah. Let me look see exactly what it was.
Also, as we're seeing this, I do want to give my condolences to the Nealand family. Rest in peace to Marshawn, I think Marshawn Nealand of the Dallas Cowboys. Good player, died way too young. Very sad to see that. Just condolences to his family, and he was a heck of a player. So rest in peace to him.
Yeah. So yeah, Raiola broke his fibula.
Oh,
Actually, so
goodness.
yeah,
Hmm.
hopefully for a good recovery for him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a heck of a player, and I believe that Matt Rule staying there
Yep,
is going
Matt
to be
Rule.
huge.
Yeah,
What did he sign? A 2-year contract extension?
yeah, 2 or 3.
Yeah. So he's got an extension with them. I believe that Rayola is going to stay with them as well. And in that case, Nebraska fans, you Huskers out there, you got a bright future with that quarterback. He's very good. He's very talented. He's mobile. He's a big dude, and he can sling it. So
Yeah, pretty evenly matched game. Emmett Johnson, 29 carries for 165 yards and a touchdown, and King Miller, 18 carries for 129 and a touchdown. Jay Maeva did do a lot on the ground, though. He had 11 carries for 62 and a touchdown. So,
okay.
yeah, a good gritty win by the Trojans to stay alive for a Big Ten championship, possibly.
Yeah.
They got some games coming up that are going to be huge for them.
They have any ranked opponents coming up?
Oregon.
Oregon.
They play
Oh.
Oregon, I think at Oregon, if I stand corrected.
Okay.
But, yeah, be a lot of good games for them.
Yep. Cincinnati at Utah. Utah was favored by 9.5. I took Utah plus points. They ended up going out there and covering the spread. Good on them. Brandon Sorsby did not have a bad game.
Yeah.
It was simply a Utah team that was just superior in this matchup. That Utah defense is really solid. And it was Bird that ended up getting the start, correct?
No, Devon Dampier was back. So,
Dampier?
Dampier, sorry.
Yep.
Sorry.
We keep saying that wrong.
I keep on saying that
He ain't
wrong.
French.
He's not French. Dampier comes back and he puts up a good stat line. 16 for 31, 2 touchdowns on the air. I think he had a rushing touchdown as well.
Yeah.
Let me look and make sure. No rushing touchdowns. So
Okay.
just the 2 touchdowns, but Wayshawn Parker dominates on the ground, 104 yards and a touchdown.
Oh, there we go.
3 of their running backs actually gets touchdowns. So you got Nakori Rogers with a touchdown and Bird Ficklin with a touchdown as well. So
really spreading out the rock.
Really spreading out the rock there. But yeah, like I said, Brendan Storsby, not a bad game. He had a touchdown, 2 touchdowns, 1 in the air, 1 rushing. Cyrus Allen, here's a stat line for you: 2 receptions for 133 yards and a touchdown.
That's Randy Moss numbers right there.
How about we give him the ball more?
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe it would have been a lot closer, but maybe not. Yeah, just a game dominated by Utah, really.
Yeah.
And I threw it out there as maybe a Hail Mary pick to
would have been a hell of a pick.
Would have really been shocking.
Yeah. Moving on, we got Mississippi State going down to Arkansas. Arkansas was favored by 4.5 at home. You had this one right. You had Mississippi State out the gate. Mississippi State, good on you for going out there and snapping a 16-game losing streak in conference. I believe first conference win under their head coach.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So good for him. That's got to be a great feeling. It's got to take a lot of weight off the shoulders. I'm sure going into practice was just a good feeling after that win.
Yeah.
I figured that this would be a game that the Razorbacks would win off the back of Talon Green. And man, do they just find a way to get out there and lose games. It is impressive, their ability to lose games. I think that they may be the best at it. And that's certainly not something that you want to be the best at. Talon Green still did not have a horrible game.
No, he was 19 for 31 and a touchdown on the air, and rushing he was 17 for 46. So
not great.
Mississippi State did do a good job of containing him
Yeah.
when he did try to get out of the pocket, but he did have a rushing touchdown also.
Yeah.
So 2 total touchdowns. Yeah, you're not gonna do yourself any good when you got 18 penalties for almost 200 yards.
Yeah.
So yeah, like we were saying, just finding ways to lose is Arkansas's motto.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But yeah, no, I just picked Mississippi State to really try to get one up on you, and certain enough, it paid off.
Yeah.
Blake Shapen had a good game, 16 for 28, 2 touchdowns, and then Anthony Evans, 5 receptions for 111 and 2 touchdowns. So,
and towards the end of the game, shout out to that Mississippi State defense for really stepping it up. They were down big and found a way to hold that Arkansas offense and found ways to continue to fight back. And just did their thing. Mississippi State is great at creating chaos, creating turnovers, and really the crazy thing about that, they don't do a lot of fancy things. They don't do a lot of these disguised fronts. They don't do a lot of stunts in their front four. They're not doing that, but they're still getting home at a pretty good rate. They're still doing things that are very impressive. So good on their defense. I am correct about that, right? They were down big.
Yeah, they're down by 10 going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So late into the fourth quarter too.
So good on them for making some stops. Moving in, we got Kentucky at Auburn. I'll take any chance I have to root against those Auburn Tigers. And it paid off this time.
Yeah, there's an ugly slugfest of a game.
Yeah.
Wildcats win 10-3, and I guess I must have missed Jackson Arnold. He wasn't playing in this game, so
yeah, no. So it ended up being their backup out of Ashton Daniels out of oh my God, where did he play last year? Stanford, I believe. Ashton Daniels. You can check that if you'd like.
Yeah, Stanford.
Yep. So Ashton Daniels out of Stanford last year. Man, he looked like a deer in headlights when he got out there. It was kind of crazy to see. It looked like the moment was too big. Jackson Arnold, they said something during that game that really hit me in a weird way. I was like, that's not something you want to hear. One of the announcers said that head coaches, so last year, Brent Venables, when he had to sit Jackson Arnold, he was like, yeah, well, he just handled it like a professional. He was just so great with it. It didn't hear any griping from him, came in, still worked hard in practice, which, hey, that stuff, great to hear. Awesome. And apparently Hugh Freeze said the same thing, said, wow, he just handled it like a professional. I really don't think that you want to be the guy that is, known for, just being all right once he gets benched.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, he's a great dude once he gets benched. I don't think that that's something you want to be known for. I mean, good on him for having a good attitude, but quit getting benched. Jackson Arnold is a talented player, and I think part of the reason why he has not had so much success here at Auburn is because of Hugh Freeze. I think that a lot of the play calling, a lot of their RPO scheme that they run is not suitable for Jackson Arnold's play style.
Yeah.
I think that they expect him to run the ball much more than he needs to. I think that honestly they have mismanaged him as a player, and Hugh Freeze mismanaged this team, and that's why he is no longer their head coach.
Yep.
So DJ Durkin stepping in and becoming the interim, that's another job that opens up. So there's a lot of jobs currently on the board.
A lot of jobs opening up.
What were Kendrick Law's stats in that one? I want to see, because I did talk about him last week and spoke about him being a weapon. So what did he do?
Well, he was the only player to get a touchdown in this game. 6 receptions for 49 yards.
Okay. So at least they're using him, and he did end up being part of the reason they won this game. So
yeah, it sucks for Ashton Daniels coming in, because when he came in, 5 sacks on him. So tough game.
Yeah, tough game. Moving into probably the most interesting matchup of the weekend was Miami, favored by 11.5 at SMU. SMU, not MSU. We both took Miami with a SMU cover. That did not end up happening.
Yeah.
That's rough for Miami, man. So, I mean, I've got a couple notes on this one. I truly think that Carson Beck threw one pick that was his fault.
Yeah.
The initial pick was a receiver that bobbled the ball and threw it up in the air. It was up for grabs for the defense. That's not on Carson Beck. So
Yeah.
he threw one pick that was legitimately his fault. And that one was very much his fault. No matter what he wants to say in the press conference, no matter how many times he tells us that, hey, I just execute the plays that were called. Well, nobody told you to throw it to the defense.
Are you talking about the overtime red zone throw?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody
I
told
completely
you to
agree.
throw it to the defense. You got lurked the whole way through,
Yeah.
and that is on you.
And I want to talk about that guy who made that pick. Was Ahmad Moses was all over.
Yeah.
This Miami offense. Sorry. He had a monster game. It was 15 tackles, 15 total tackles, and that
game-sealing interception. Yeah. Kevin Jennings is looking like he did last year, which is dangerous.
Yeah.
Because last year he was incredible. Obviously led his team to a playoff. I don't think that they're going to get there this year, sadly.
Yeah.
But Kevin Jennings looked phenomenal. And the SMU secondary, which you kind of touched on it a little bit, was putting Miami wide receivers in a box. It was crazy impressive what they did this game. Malachi Toney wasn't able to go crazy. He had a wonderful punt return. He had a couple good little screen passes. But as far as like the deep passing game, I'm very impressed with that SMU secondary. They put on a great performance. Mark Fletcher needed to have way more carries.
Yeah.
He is such a powerful back and is a yards after contact monster. Yeah. So the fact that he, just isn't being used is sad, and I wouldn't be surprised if he hits the portal because of it. Another one here, the only way to beat Ruben Bain is by holding him.
Yeah.
That is the only way.
That dude is a monster, and he's going to be a first-round pick for sure in this upcoming draft.
Carson Beck, just stop with the post-conference or with the post-game press conferences.
Yeah, that's back-to-back weeks now?
That's back-to-back weeks that he has either thrown a player or a coach under the bus, and that's unacceptable. Yeah. That's something that they look at heavily in the draft process. They don't just look at who you are as a player. They look at who you are as a human being.
Exactly.
And when you are consistently throwing dudes under the bus in post-game press conferences, it's never about me. It's never about me. That's just horrible. Stop. He might as well Marshawn Lynch it. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Might as well.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. But SMU put on a masterclass and they go out there and get the win. So very impressive for them.
Yes. And they definitely still have a chance to make the ACC championship. Yeah. And as we're discussing, that's going to be a one-team conference probably.
Most likely. They have chaosed their way into probably being a one-bid conference.
Yeah.
Which is, it sucks for them, but also the ACC is it's hogwash over there. It's nobody wants to see ACC football.
Crazy stuff.
At least I don't. Army at Air Force. Air Force favored by 1.5. So this was a kind of a straight up pick 'em here, and you picked Army, and they went out and did it.
Army. Just not really much to talk about.
No
defensive game. I do want to mention Mr. Cale Helms. That dude is a monster.
Yeah,
he just pounded down type of quarterback. He had 26 carries for 98 yards.
Oof.
Yeah, so really just a gamer. And Air Force throws 2 interceptions, so can't really have that in a close game.
Yeah,
it's always gonna come back to bite you.
Yeah, that's all I really got on that one. So recap, out of 10 picks, 4.5 right here. So pretty good slate there.
Yeah.
Now we're going to move into a segment that we like to call the little mid-major yap fest right here. I did some research on these mid-majors. I've got some notes for you. Watched a couple of these games. So if you guys don't like major football, or if you guys just like major football, you don't really like to hear about the underdogs out there in these mid-major conferences, in the Sun Belt, in the Conference USA, then you might want to fast forward a little bit.
Yeah.
But starting off here, we had UTSA versus Tulane. And UTSA quarterback Owen McCown, I did not know this, is the son of former NFL quarterback Josh McCown.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So that's, just a cool little fact for you there.
Looks just like him.
Yeah, playing ball. Dylan Retzloff at Tulane looks nothing like he did last year at BYU. Last year at BYU, he was pretty electric and led that team to a pretty good record. I don't know if they were 10-2 at the end of the season.
There's something like 10-2 or 9-3.
Yeah,
something.
They were a good team,
they're a
and
very good
he
team.
was one of the key talking points of
Yeah.
that team. And this year at Tulane, I mean, he just
Yeah, we'll see.
he looks bad. Also, part of that is because this is the only game I've really watched of them. However, Tulane, the wide receivers were having inexplicable drops in this game. It was like open 2 or 3 yards of separation and just like, what are we doing here? You can't be doing that. So not all on Retzloff, but definitely he wasn't helping any. McCown looks really good at UTSA with mid-tier talent. So look for him to be a potential portal target.
Yeah.
And if he does hop in the portal and he comes to your favorite team, don't be going like, oh, who's this Owen McCown kid that we got? Because you're going to be getting a steal.
Yeah. Looking at it, he's 31 for missed 2 passes the whole game, 4 touchdowns, 370 yards.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's a player. So do not sleep on Owen McCown. And if he comes to your team, I better hear some chants from you because he is looking really good. Another potential target is their running back, Amador, on UTSA. He is a absolute Swiss Army knife. They were using him in the pass. They were using him in the run. And I do believe he threw a passing touchdown as well.
He is marked as a receiver.
He is marked as a receiver? Okay. Well, they used him as a running back a couple times. I do believe that he threw for a touchdown. I believe he received for a touchdown. And did he rush for one as well?
Let's look and see. He did not.
Okay.
He did not have any rushing in this game.
Oh,
at
okay.
least.
All right.
But yeah, he's a monster. Yeah, 10 for 113, 3 touchdown. A monster.
Yeah. Absolutely a great game from him. So I mean that's all I really had on that game. Not very impressed by Tulane. I'm surprised that they're 6-1 right now, 6-2 now. But just not impressed at all.
That is shocking.
So I have no idea how they willed their way to a 6-1 record before this game because UTSA ran wild on them. So moving on, we got Marshall versus Coastal. Marshall cornerback Boogie Trotter is having a wonderful season, 5 interceptions. He returned 1 for a pick 6 in this game. And he looks like a lockdown corner. Do not throw his way. If you see the back of his jersey and it says Trotter, you better throw somewhere else because he looks real good. So shout out to you, Boogie. This Thundering Herd defense is well coached, and they are hunting turnovers. There were punch outs and jumped routes aplenty. They were swiping at that ball every chance they had, and when their cornerbacks had a chance to make a play on the ball, they were doing it. There were a couple that could have been picked, and just, hey, that's why you're a DB. We understand.
Right.
But there were a couple that could have been picked and just were not caught. So, but huge shout out to the Thundering Herd defense and whoever their defensive coordinator is because they played some great ball. Coastal Carolina is explosive all over the offense, and I am super impressed with their quarterback, Samari Collier. He is a big and physical guy, and he has a big arm. The comparison I'd make for him, he kind of seems like a little bit of a great value Lenoris Sellers.
Yeah.
He kind of reminds me of him a little bit.
Yeah.
And then towards the end of the game, that Chanticleer defense really turned up the heat. They had some turnovers of their own. They finally started playing. So good on them to go do that and keep their team in contention.
Yeah, they forced 4 fumbles.
Yeah.
And got 2 interceptions.
Yes.
So, monster game by them.
Yeah. So then moving on to Memphis versus Rice. probably not a lot of people tuned into this one, but it was honestly kind of an interesting matchup. Just if you like watching some good players out there on some teams that they probably won't be on next year because they showed a lot of promise. So the Memphis secondary is legit. However, if and when they make the playoff, I do not think they have the size to sustainably make plays and be a contender in the playoff. They might make the playoff, but I would say they're going to be a first round exit.
Yeah, it's tough because their first matchup will be against Georgia. So tough beat for them.
They do not have the size to compete with some of these blue bloods.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
Yeah.
Brandon Lewis, the Memphis quarterback, is an elite scrambler. However, he is a subpar passer and had lots of inaccurate passes that limited the yards after the catch. He had wide receivers that were open all over the field, but due to a throw behind them or a high throw or a low throw, there were just so many inaccurate passes where a wide receiver had nothing but green grass ahead of them. But since they had to, kind of come off of their stride to gather the ball, they weren't able to, get that yards after the catch that they wanted. And it was just, there was one that was a wide open touchdown, and he overthrew the receiver by what seemed like 20 yards. It was, one of the worst overthrows I've ever seen in football. So just can't be doing that. But he is great on the ground. His legs are a weapon.
Yeah, no, he's a great running quarterback.
Yeah. What were his numbers in this game, passing and rushing?
He was 18 of 22 passing for 225 yards, and then 12 carries for 87 and a touchdown on the ground.
Yeah. And the touchdown that he had on the ground was some real pinball stuff. It was like, okay, get hit here, spin here, get hit here into the end zone. It was like, wow, impressive.
Yeah.
So good for him. Chase Jenkins at Rice, their quarterback, he's young and he has he's a sophomore, I believe. He's young and has a promising college career ahead of him. He just made lots of young player mistakes. It was, and also he was going up against a far superior team. He just did not have the talent around him to compete.
Yeah.
He is super athletic, it looks like. And he, opposite of Brandon Lewis, is a super accurate thrower of the football. Most of his passes that he did complete were in stride, great throws where these players could continue to gain yards after the catch. And he was making his receivers probably look better than they actually were, which most of the time we talk about that on the other end where the receivers make the quarterback look a lot better, but he was making his receivers look better in my opinion. It took about the whole defense to take down Cortez Braham Jr., Memphis wide receiver. He had a ball, I believe it was a 20-yard reception, and then he turned it into about 50 because he broke 9 tackles.
Yeah.
And the 10th man was the only one that got him, and it was on the 5-yard line. It was insanity to watch. Electric with the ball in his hands.
Dang.
So Brandon Lewis limps off in the fourth quarter, up 38-7 after his ankle gets rolled up on. You can't let this happen when you are a team that is in contention for the playoff.
Yeah. You
cannot have your starting quarterback in the fourth quarter when you're up 38-7. There's no reason to.
Yeah.
Why would you risk your season like that? On the sideline, he was jogging around. It doesn't look like it's maybe super serious, but imagine how much worse that could have been.
Yeah.
Imagine he tears his Achilles right there.
Yeah, that's a tough blow.
Yeah. I don't know. If that happened, torn Achilles, and we've talked about this a couple times, you're starting to look at maybe like a Jordan Travis type situation where, hey, you've got a good team. They've willed themselves to a good record, but now you're without your starting quarterback. Like, can we really let you in? Like, would it make any sense? So, that's tough. Moving on. You got UNC versus Syracuse. Most of my notes here about UNC, but Damon June, and you can look up his stat line real quick. He is, it was incredible. Damon June, the UNC running back, is putting a lot of good tape out there, and he is disgusting after contact. I truly do not understand how this Tar Heel offense has been so bad, because Gio Lopez, their quarterback, is accurate. He's mobile. I mean, he's a good player. Their wide receiver, Ship, he's a good route runner with sure hands and good physical traits. So, like, these three guys on their offense should be enough to give them some good offensive numbers, but it just hasn't been. What are Damon's numbers?
So Namon June was 13 carries for 101 yards. So that's like 8 yards a carry.
Yeah.
Touchdown on the ground. And then he was their leading receiver with just 2 catches, 81 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah.
And Jordan Ship, 6 receptions for 64 and a touchdown as well.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, just based on those three and the throws that I was watching this guy, Gio Lopez, the throws that I was watching him make, they weren't like all easy throws.
Yeah.
And he was putting balls in places where, like, you'd expect to see this guy playing at a major powerhouse.
Yeah.
So, you know, sucks for them that they have had such a bad year, but just, I mean, I don't understand how they're this bad, because they like, yeah, I don't know. But moving on, you got University of North Texas versus Navy at home. So UNT, Caleb Hawkins, you might have the best back in Conference USA. Never mind. Sorry, you do have the best back in Conference USA, and I believe that he is the leading rusher in that conference, possibly in college football, because I heard some stats on him. He's putting together a season, 4 touchdowns in 3 quarters. I mean, what a performance by him! Just willing his team to a win. Poorly executed handoff stifles Navy's first good drive. Fumble happens there, and it is strictly because of a mishandled handoff. So sucks for them. That probably would have been a scoring drive. They were already in field goal range. They were looking for the end zone and just couldn't execute the handoff. So that sucks. Horvath on Navy, such a creative playmaker and an electric athlete. So that guy, I mean, very impressed with his performance, other than a couple key mistakes. So one of them being a pick on a scramble that was so stupid. I believe it was 2nd and 10 or 2nd and 11. He scrambles to the right. He has a receiver that is on a comeback. The receiver runs his comeback out of bounds. I don't know what he was doing, but he runs his comeback out of bounds. So even if it would have gotten to the receiver, it would have been out of bounds.
Yeah.
And he just kind of flicks it up there, and it's the easiest play for a corner to make ever. And I don't even know if it was a corner that picked it. It might have been a linebacker. But obviously, you know, North Texas comes down with the ball, and that's another good drive that gets shut down by a turnover. So you can't have that. Also, Horvath, QB keeper on the 11 on 4th and 1. Bad play call. Obvious running formation, and it took way too long for those guys to get a push up front. They did end up getting a push up front, but by that time, outside linebackers and I believe maybe a strong safety that had come up had already gotten penetration, and they ended up stopping them right there. So that's another drive where they were in the red zone, end up without points.
Yeah.
So you can't have those continuous red zone drives that end up with nothing going on. And shout out to North Texas for breaking the 2nd longest college football win streak with 11 wins. Navy was the 2nd longest. I believe that the current longest active win streak is Ohio State.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So good on them. Good on Ohio State. But
something I'm surprised you didn't mention was Mr. Drew Messmaker. That dude
the North Texas quarterback.
Yeah, he is.
He was balling.
He's put up monster numbers this year. And I think that's a credit to their head coach now. I just read a couple. It may have been yesterday. He was Patrick Mahomes' offensive coordinator at Texas Tech.
Oh, was he?
So
okay.
Yeah, they got themselves a good head coach down there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that's really all I got on the mid majors. That was about a 10-minute yap sesh on these on these mid-major teams, but just definitely, I mean, there's some guys to look out for in there. Like I said, just look out for Brandon Lewis, look out for Owen McCown. Really, that if I had to choose one take out of here that I would be the most confident in, it's that Owen McCown, if he enters the transfer portal, somebody go snatch him up.
Yeah.
Because he is a great quarterback. He has been coached by a former NFL quarterback his whole life.
Yeah.
And his uncle, also Luke McCown, another NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this guy, he's got it in his blood. So, somebody go pick him up.
We need a Owen McCown and Arch Manning matchup
Ooh.
next year.
Oh, my gosh. That actually would be kind of sick to see. So, but just, yeah, that's my favorite take there.
Yeah.
I know that took up a second. So, we're back. We're off of the mid-majors.
Yeah.
Time to, unless you've got anything, time to talk about some NFL football.
I got a couple games I want to yap about real quick.
Get it.
Games that I watched that we didn't make picks on. First one was Georgia Tech going to North Carolina State. North Carolina State pulls off the upset. Georgia Tech's defense just decided not to show up, and unfortunate for Haynes King, who, my gosh, he had a monster game. We're talking over 500 yards of total offense just by himself. 20 carries for 103 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Oh my gosh.
2 touchdowns and 408 yards passing.
Oh my gosh.
Unfortunate that is not enough to pull off the win, but they couldn't stop Jaden Scott, freshman from NC State. He rushed for almost 200 yards on 24 carries. And CJ Bailey, 2 touchdowns and 340 yards passing. So a sophomore, some other guys that could be really good if they enter the transfer portal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, unfortunate for Georgia Tech, probably cost them a chance to make the playoffs.
They're a one-loss team now.
They are a one-loss team, and I think that game against Georgia is going to be very important for them now. I think it wasn't as an important game, but I think now it becomes really important that they put up a good fight, at least a good fight against Georgia.
I'd say if they go 11-1 with a Georgia win, that's a playoff team.
They should definitely be.
That stamps their ticket.
Yeah, for sure.
But the thing is, if they would have won this game, that would have already stamped their ticket.
Yeah.
So how many more conference games do they have?
Let's see. They got 2 more. They got Boston College, which should be a win.
Yep.
And then they play the 24th ranked Pittsburgh.
Okay, well, actually, I take that back. Honestly, if they 10-2 this and they win their last 2 conference games, lose to Georgia, they could make the conference championship.
Yeah.
Now, the only way that they control their own destiny is if they do beat Georgia. If they beat Georgia, then yes, you control your destiny. You're in.
Yeah.
However, if you do not beat Georgia, it's out of your hands a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, we've already seen plenty of chaos in the ACC this year.
Yeah.
So that's not to say that they couldn't, lose that game. And as long as they win their remaining conference games, maybe Louisville takes a loss.
Maybe Louisville. Maybe Virginia.
Maybe Virginia takes a loss. So, there's definitely a chance for them to make it, even if they do lose to Georgia. However, their main focus right now needs to be win at Boston College, win at Pitt, and then go win at Georgia.
Which there still technically be them in Virginia right now in the conference championship game. So, winning out's going to be at least winning the last 2 ACC games will be very huge.
Because right now they do have a premier win, which I am a fan of. It mattered in the moment. So their premier win right now is Clemson. They had a number 3 ranked Clemson.
Yeah.
And they won that game. And yes, it mattered in the moment.
Yes.
It might not matter now. Clemson, sure, unranked, horrible, awesome, that's fine. But going into that game, that was a 3-ranked Clemson. That was a dangerous team. Yes. That was a team with a supposed Heisman frontrunner with Cade Klubnik.
Yes.
So going into that game, it mattered, and it should still matter that they went out there and won that game.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And so just, a lot of people look at their schedule and go, well, that's the only team that they beat. Well, guess what? They did beat them. You can't just write that off. That's a good win. Who's Virginia's premier win? Probably Florida State?
I would think so. I think that was
because they beat Florida State when they were ranked 14, correct?
I believe so.
Or 8. No, they beat them when they were ranked 8 coming off of that Bama win.
Let's look and see. Yeah. They were ranked 8th.
So
and they beat Louisville too, who's now ranked 15th. So
so they do have better wins.
Good win for them.
They have better wins. Or maybe not better wins, but they have 2 good wins instead of just the one.
Yeah.
So definitely ACC is one to watch.
Yes.
Because, man, I guess they could still be a 2-bid conference. Because you imagine, right, Georgia Tech wins their remaining conference games and beats Georgia. Okay, cool. They're probably in just off that.
Yeah.
But now they go to the conference championship. You've got Virginia. Maybe they win out, right? So you've got 2 11-1 teams facing off in the conference matchup, in the conference championship. You can't punish them for playing in the conference matchup.
Right.
In the conference championship, you cannot punish them for that. At that point, I say they're a 2-bid conference.
Yeah, maybe. Very good chance. So speaking of Clemson, actually, that's the last game I want to yap about is Duke traveling to Clemson. They get their first win at Clemson in 45 years.
Oof.
On the back of Darian Mensah. 361 yards passing on 4 touchdowns. Yeah, just nasty.
What was his completion percentage?
He's 27-41, which is pretty good.
A lot of pass attempts.
But yeah, just this Clemson defense was supposed to be like one of the best in college football.
And returning the most players of any team in the nation.
Yeah, and Duke just won every aspect of this game. Klubnik had a pretty good game himself, 385 yards passing on 2 touchdowns, 27-36.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to Duke for winning their getting their first win at Clemson in 45 years.
Yeah, definitely a huge shout out to them, man. Duke, good on you. How about them Blue Devils?
Yeah, that ends the Yap Fest that we brought to you guys.
Yeah,
this week.
Very cool. So that'll round out. Looks like about an hour on college football. Let's move into the NFL.
Yeah.
So we'll run through the picks real quick. We made 14 picks, and starting off, we had Ravens Dolphins. We both picked Ravens plus points. That's a full point for both of us. Bears at Bengals, probably the game of the week. Bears were favored by 2.5. We took Bears plus points. That's a win for both of us. Vikings at Detroit. We both picked Detroit plus points. We get no points out of that. Panthers at Green Bay. We both picked Green Bay plus points. We don't get anything out of that. Chargers favored by 9.5 at Tennessee. We both picked Chargers plus points, so we get a 0.5 point out of that. Falcons at New England. New England favored by 4.5. We both picked New England plus points. We get a 0.5 point out of that. Niners at the Giants. We both picked Niners plus points, so we get a full point out of that. Colts favored by 3.5 at Pittsburgh. Another one that is, it was a good game. The score does not reflect how much of a dominant performance it was by Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
But I picked Pittsburgh. You picked Colts with a Pittsburgh cover, so I get a full point out of that. No points for you. Broncos at Houston. We both picked the Broncos. Smart move by us. Go Broncos. Broncos country. Let's ride. That's a full point for both of us. Jags at Vegas. Jags plus points for both of us. So 0.5 point out of that, as the Jags do go out there and win, but no cover.
Yeah.
Saints at Rams. You picked Rams plus points. I picked Rams with the Saints cover. That's a 0.5 point for me. Full point for you. Chiefs favored by 2.5 at Buffalo. Chiefs taking another loss.
Shout out Bills Nation.
Shout out Bills Nation.
Mafia.
Bills Mafia. Bills win. We get a full point for that. Seahawks favored by 2.5 at Washington. We take Seahawks plus points. We get a win out of that. Cardinals at Dallas. Dallas favored by 2.5. We took Dallas plus points. Worst pick of that slate for us. So we end up getting no points out of that. 8.5 points for you, 9 for me. So honestly, good picks by both of us. Both of us above 500.
Yeah.
But I take this week as far as the picks go. I think you've gone probably 3 weeks in a row beating me. So I'll take this.
Yeah, good win.
But man, let's start out Ravens Dolphins.
Yeah. Welcome back, MVP Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
They're coming in, throwing 4 tutties.
Mark Andrews caught 2?
Yeah, Mark Andrews, 2 of them. The other 2, one went to Charlie Kohler, and then the other went to Rashad Bateman.
Yeah.
Lamar is just, like we always say, Lamar is just
he's an alien.
He's a monster, and the Ravens can't win without him.
Yeah.
So,
they did.
Okay, they did.
But it's designed for Lamar.
It's designed for Lamar.
Yeah.
This team runs off of Lamar pretty much, and I think I won't be surprised if the Ravens can win out, and Lamar should be up there for MVP if they do.
Yeah.
So,
and Ravens defense taking a huge step forward from what they have been at the beginning of the season and up until now. They obviously have been fighting through a lot of injuries. Their pickup on the edge, his name is not coming to me right now, but they picked him up from the
Titans. I think that's what you're thinking. Like just in the trade deadline. He came from the Titans, I believe. Or are you talking about someone who's already on the team?
You know what? Actually, just scratch that. I was talking about a player that they traded to the Chargers. Apologies. I was thinking of
Owe.
Owe. I was thinking of that. So I thought of the trade in reverse. That's on me. That's retarded. My apologies.
Happens to the best of us.
Happens to the best of us. Dolphins go out there and just look like poop.
Yeah, hey Tua, when you're throwing a Hail Mary, just throw the ball. How about we don't just fall down?
Yeah.
Just throw it up there at least. Give yourself a chance, maybe. But yeah, not a good game.
No, not good for them at all.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised the Dolphins didn't give away more of their players as well this trade deadline. They only gave up Jalen Phillips to the Eagles for a 3rd-round pick too. That's super low for him.
Yeah, Jalen Phillips is a good player.
Another steal by the Eagles.
Jalen Phillips, actually, people don't talk enough about him. He's a great edge.
Yes,
he is big. He's physical, and he gets home quite a bit. So, I mean, I don't know what's going on with that Dolphins front office. I believe they did get rid of their GM.
Yeah, got rid of their GM.
So good for them. Hopefully that's a step forward. It's always fun to see when the Dolphins are a good franchise.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I would like to see every franchise do good, except for the Chiefs. But I would like to see every franchise do good. And I am sorry. Actually, we do have to take a step back here to college football just for a moment. A&M, LSU. How about A&M going out there and putting on a show?
Yeah.
That was huge. Huge performance by Marcel Reed and Casey Concepcion.
Yep.
Mario Craver out there doing his thing as well. So sorry that we didn't touch on that at all. Aggies fans, fire off in the comments. Tell us how dumb we are because...
Well, I think this is from 2 weeks ago. This game didn't happen last week.
My apologies. They're still so good. They were on a bye. Yes. Alabama was on a bye as well.
Yeah.
Just completely confused myself. I shouldn't even gone back. Football brain. Good. That's on me.
Oh, good.
I'll take the hit on that one. But still, A&M fans, you won the bye.
Yeah.
Bama fans, you won the bye.
Yep. Undefeated.
Yep.
In the bye week.
Undefeated in the bye. So very, very good stuff for you guys. Back to what we were saying. Let's move on to Bears-Bengals.
Yeah.
Matchup. This might be, until further notice, this is the game of the year.
Yeah, definitely one of the top 5 games. And the Bengals have been a lot of the top 5 games of the year.
Yes, sure. And another game where so Bears coming in their away, which I don't think that this makes as much of a difference when it comes to NFL. However, anytime that you have a player return the opening kickoff for a touchdown, that changes the whole vibe of the game.
Yeah.
What was that? Charlie Jones?
Yep, Charlie Jones.
Charlie Jones returning the first play for a touchdown. Good for him. I believe his dad was in the crowd watching, so just beautiful moment there. But great play by him. He was just so fast out there. He looked quick.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard this guy's name before, and then there he goes, 99 yards.
Yep,
just puts it in the end zone.
But ultimately, game came down to Kyle Monangai.
Yeah,
there's a guy that
difference maker.
Yeah, you're asking what I knew about him, and well, I knew that the Saints game he went off rushing, and that was sharing loads with sharing reps with DeAndre Swift. But he gets the start, and man, this is why This is kind of why running backs don't get the big money, because this guy was a 7th round pick, and he comes in and just, granted, this is against a horrible Bengals defense, so maybe shouldn't be too shocked. But yeah, this is why running backs just don't get the big money like they want, because you can literally pick up anyone. And
well,
I should say anyone.
But I get what you're saying, because also you look at, in the same token, look at what the Chargers got going on with Vidal.
Yeah,
I mean, that's another guy out of the 5th round from Troy, and playing great football. Probably going to get some big money this next year. Obviously, like you said, probably not the money that they would like, but that is because that position has a lot of depth. Most players don't grow up wanting to be a left tackle. So that's why it's rare. That's why you've got all these, big money players at left tackle. Most players don't grow up wanting to be, a nose tackle. That's why you've got all these D linemen with huge contracts. But there's so many players that grow up wanting to be a running back, wanting to be, in these certain positions. And so since there's so much depth at the position, you got to think it's supply and demand. When there's a huge supply, there's not as much demand. You don't have to pay them as much.
Exactly.
So, that's one of those ones. T. Higgins went off in this one. Also,
monster day for anyone who had a Bears offense, or anyone from Bengals offense, really.
Yeah. I will take credit for this one, full credit. I did say last week, Joe Flacco, 450 or more yards, and that he was going to be the X factor in this one. They did not end up winning. However, I knew that Joe Flacco in there would be money. And yes, he was.
Fortunately, the 2 interceptions did probably hurt them, but just another.
What did he have? 466?
470.
470.
4 touchdowns.
470.
But yeah, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. Shout out to rookie Colston Loveland.
Yeah, game-winning play.
End. Yeah, just monster game for him.
Huge for them.
And Caleb Williams. Huge game for him, too.
Yep, Caleb Williams is really starting to come into his own. And watching this game, it made me think to myself, I was like, man, maybe there's a reason that he was, the Heisman winner. Maybe there's a reason why he was asking, that he wanted stock in a team just to even, go to a team. Maybe there's a reason that there was all this hype around him. He is turning into a great player. And I think, obviously you can award part of that to the fact that he is now in a Ben Johnson offense. So, I mean, but still good on him. You still have to go out there and execute the plays, and he's doing that at a high level. Also wanted to give a shout out to DJ Moore. DJ Moore had some pretty key plays there. Huge play, reaching it over the goal line. Some people thought that maybe it was fumbled out of the end zone. It was not. He had full possession when it crossed the goal line. And just huge play for him. Great game all around for the Bears. Some new names in the mix, like you said, Monangai, Loveland. They've got some guys out there, and Cole Kmet out for how long? Is he out for the season?
I don't think he's out for the season. I thought he might be day to day now.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he was out for very long.
Which Cole Kmet's still, in my opinion, probably one of the top 10 tight ends in the league currently. Yeah. But, you can't play if you're hurt. And now I don't think that they'll go away from using him once he's back. I think it'll just be more of a I think they might start running a little bit more 12 personnel.
Yeah, possibly.
And bringing out Colson Loveland and him.
Yeah, I think that'd be very good for him.
Yeah, and that would be, a return to, being comfortable for Ben Johnson because, same thing you look at when he had the Lions going. He had Sam Laporta and
it was something Wright. I forget what his first name is. Sam Laporta and Brock Wright.
Yeah. So, I mean, he had two guys that were big physical tight ends, but they could also catch the ball and were dangerous with the ball in their hands. So, if he has that now with the Bears, that's an offense.
Probably a better tight end duo too.
Yeah.
If I must say so.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've got good backs.
Yep.
They got a good quarterback.
Yeah.
They've got a good wide receiver core. That's a dangerous team.
They're going to be a scary team.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, unless you got anything else, I'm good on that matchup.
Nope.
All right. Vikings at Detroit. Yeah. J.J. McCarthy making his return.
Welcome back, J.J. as well. 3 total touchdowns. 2 through the air and 1 rushing. Glad to see Jay Jettas finally get a passing touchdown since week 1.
Yeah.
That's very lovely to see. But yeah, speaking of Ben Johnson, I'm sure the Lions are missing him a lot. They were just getting destroyed by the Vikings front 7.
Yeah.
Jared Goff had what seemed like no time to throw, and a huge fumble by I think it was
David Montgomery.
David Montgomery. Just Vikings defense plays so fast and physical.
Yeah.
Never gives up.
Yep. I very impressed with that Vikings team finding a way to go out there and win. Obviously, Kevin O'Connell, still a very competent head coach. Yeah. And I don't think that this team has wavered, even through the injuries that they've suffered or the losses that they've suffered, which some of them have been pretty heartbreaking, close losses.
Yeah.
So for them to go out there and win this game at Detroit, really make a statement being 8.5 point underdogs.
Yeah.
So good for them.
Yeah. And just the NFC North is completely wide open too. So going to be a dogfight there. See who can get to the top.
Yeah. Moving into Panthers at Green Bay. Man. 13.5 point underdogs.
Ugly game.
Yeah.
For the Packers.
What was it? 13 to
uniforms too.
13 to 6?
16-13.
16-13.
Panthers. There must be some correlation between ugly uniforms and ugly loss. Cause
really? I like those uniforms.
You do? I don't think it really went that well.
Steelers, ugly uniforms. Chargers, ugly uniforms. But this one, I kind of liked it. I liked the leather helmet look. It looks nice.
I wasn't a big fan of it.
Oh, okay.
But neither were the Panthers, apparently, because they were all after Jordan Love.
Yeah. Also, prayers go out to old boy. Oh my God, is Tucker Kraft, ACL, out for the season.
Yes, tough loss for the Packers.
Huge loss for them. I mean, he has been a monster lately.
Yeah.
So that sucks, and that's a huge drawback for their offense.
Yes.
Now he was a major target for Jordan Love, and he was also very key in the run game because he is a big physical guy that can make blocks. So for him to be out for the season. I don't know who their next.
I think now they got Luke Musgrave,
who
I think is a very solid blocking tight end.
Yeah.
So I don't think their run game will lose that much of a hit, but definitely I could see the passing game being a pretty big hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, glad to see Rico Dowdle now the starting running back in Carolina.
Yep.
Dude's a monster. I'm glad I picked him off waivers early.
Uncle Rico.
But yeah, that was pretty much it. Rico Dowdle just surprisingly ran all over this Packers defense.
Yeah.
And
that was good Packers defense.
They were like top 3 in rushing defense at least. And Yeah, to see Rico run all over them was. I mean, that's why I picked the Packers because I just thought that they wouldn't let Rico Dowdle run all over them and try to have Bryce Young beat him. But what do I know? I don't know ball apparently.
Yeah. Maybe neither of us do. I don't know. That one was. I feel like so those two last picks that we made. So Detroit and Green Bay. I thought that those were locks.
I did too.
And that is honestly going into that. The reason why I thought they were locks was not because of the team that we picked. It was because of the team that we were picking against.
Yeah.
The Vikings have looked somewhat lifeless.
Yeah.
The Panthers, not as bad as the Vikings, in my opinion.
Really?
I think that I've seen some flashes of what could be a really good offense. I think that Bryce Young is still being severely underrated by everybody that watches him. When you really watch him play and you look at some of the throws that he is making, he is still, yes, making young player mistakes, but that is to be expected from a guy that's only been in the league for 3 years.
Yeah.
He will clean that up. You look at Josh Allen. Josh Allen's first 3 years, and I'm not saying that Bryce Young is going to be Josh Allen. However, you look at Josh Allen's first 3 years, he was always making some bonehead throws, some things where you're like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
And Bryce Young still makes those, but there is hope for a guy like that.
Yeah, I mean, this is what Jordan Love's third year too, and we saw him throw into triple coverage.
Yep.
Just can't do that.
Yep.
Horrible. Yeah. And he should have had another interception that should have been returned for a touchdown.
Yeah.
But defense back drops it. That's why you're on defense.
Yep. So I'm good on that one if you want to move on. All right. Chargers favored by 9.5 at Tennessee. Tennessee finds a way to cover.
Yeah, Tennessee found a way to cover, and it's pretty much an ugly start for the Chargers and Justin Herbert as he has that pick six at the beginning of the game, and thankfully found a way to bounce back. And I think he had 3 total touchdowns. Yeah. He was their leading rusher too, so don't want to see that.
Yeah.
250 through the air, 9 carries for 57 yards. Rondé Gatson still looking like a monster.
Yep. Yeah, they've got a guy.
Yeah, they do got a guy. And their new addition, Odafe Owe, 2 sacks. Good on him.
Yeah.
But Cam Ward just not looking good.
Which I don't think that's all his fault.
No.
I think there's so much going on around him. And it's hard to be successful when you get picked first overall because you know that you're going to a crappy team.
Yeah.
He doesn't have many weapons. He doesn't have good protection. They don't have a really good back that they can lean on. Yeah. So, that all sucks. I do have a question for you. It's something that you just said, right? So, and we say this often. When you see a quarterback being the leading rusher, oftentimes that is not something you want to see. Are there currently any teams in the league where when you see that, you go, that's all right? Because I was gonna say the Ravens. However,
Ravens come to top of my.
However, they've got Derrick Henry. He should be the leading rusher in every game.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any team in the league right now where I go like, oh yeah, that makes sense that quarterback is the leading rusher.
Yeah.
Like, if your quarterback is a leading rusher in the NFL currently, I don't think that that's a game you win often.
Not very often, no. Because now, granted, the Chiefs at the beginning of the year had Mahomes
being their leading rusher a lot, but they've also been losing quite a bit.
They were losing, but the games that they did win, he was carrying that team pretty much.
But you really don't want to see that.
No, you don't.
Now, on the other hand, college football, there's a lot of teams where I really don't mind that at all.
Yeah.
If I see Taylon Green as the leading rusher, cool.
Totally
you might have won that game, honestly.
Yeah.
If I see, Man, who I really wouldn't want to see? Carson Beck being the leading rusher because they've got Mark Fletcher in the backfield.
Same for Bama and Ty. Like Ty Simpson should not be your leading rusher as well.
Yeah. So just something to look at there. These quarterbacks that are ending up being the leading rusher. It's not great. You don't want to see that often.
Yeah, the Chargers take a tough loss to a Joe Alt though. I believe it was ACL.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that. That sucks.
He's out for the season. They end up trading the Saints for Trevor Penning, so they do get a first round tackle
Yeah.
to replace him, but it's not the same.
No,
Not the same at all.
that's not Joe Alt Delete.
Yeah.
Joe Alt Delete is that boy. I've been impressed with him ever since he came in the league.
Yes.
And he's a great player.
He's been a very great player.
Huge loss for them. So, but also great win for them.
Great win. Yeah.
I mean, I guess not great win, but
you can never discredit a win.
Yeah.
For,
it's the NFL.
Any NFL team.
Yeah. All right. I'm good on that one.
Yeah.
Falcons at New England. New England favored by 4.5. That one was interesting.
Yeah. Falcons can't find a way to beat the Patriots.
No, they
matter
cannot.
What? But
a lot of teams are not finding a way to beat the Patriots.
A lot of teams are not. Yeah. You know who is though is Mr. Drake London.
Yeah.
Hat trick for him. And Michael Penix is starting to look very solid. Look like a solid quarterback too.
Yes, he is.
He had 3 touchdowns, obviously. Unfortunately for Bijan Robinson, he's kind of taking a.
He underperformed in the last 2 games.
Yeah, he's had 12 carries for just 46 yards. It's
What were his receiving stats here though?
I know he did have a pretty good game receiving.
Yeah.
It was 8 receptions for 50 yards.
Yeah.
So good.
So what were his total all-purpose yards?
So you're looking at just over. Or no, you're looking at like right at 100 yards.
Right at 100 yards total all-purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Swiss Army guy. You can use him anywhere, but yes, he has underperformed in the last 2 games. Game before this one, he had a crucial fumble. And in this game, no major mistakes, but also like no major bright spots.
And I think that's credit to Mike Vrabel getting his defense ready for him.
Yeah. He's one that you have to game plan for.
Absolutely. Like they had like 3 different players mimicking his game. So a great game for Demario Douglas too. 4 receptions for 100 yards and a touchdown.
It's crazy. Every time I see his name, I don't know why, but the only Douglas that comes to my head in the NFL is Rasul Douglas.
Rasul Douglas. Like he's playing for now.
I don't know.
But yeah, no, I totally get that.
Every time they'll Douglas, great play. I go Rasul Douglas out there getting it done.
Yeah.
Which is funny because is Rasul Douglas on defense?
He is.
Yeah, he's a defensive player. But every time, even though it's a wide receiver, I go, man, Rasul Douglas, what a player.
Yeah.
I do like that they call him Pop Douglas, though. I don't know where that comes from.
Yeah, me neither.
But
yeah, a missed PAT cost the Falcons a win here.
Yep. All right, I'm good on that one.
Yeah.
Niners at the Giants. Niners plus points. We both took that, and it came true.
It came true thanks to McCaffrey and Mac Jones.
Yeah. Christian McCaffrey really returning to form.
Yeah, he was at like 170 all-purpose yards.
And he passes Marshall Faulk for most games with a receiving and rushing touchdown.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Nice. Yes, 26 carries for 100 yards and a touchdown, and then 5 for 67 through the air.
Yeah.
Leading both categories.
Yeah, kind of a touching moment there at the end of the game. So I don't know if you know this, but he actually grew up very close to where I did. He ended up going to Trinity Catholic High School in Colorado, just outside of Denver, pretty close to where I was at. And apparently his whole life growing up, he had a Marshall Faulk poster on his wall, one of the guys that he really looked up to player-wise. And when they revealed that to him at the end of the game that he had just passed him, he kind of teared up a little bit, and just kind of a touching moment. You can see how much this guy loves football, and that he really cares about the game and the history of the game. So I always love to see that from a player.
Yeah,
so
very special moment. Mac Jones, another great performance.
Yeah.
What do the 49ers do when Brock Purdy comes back?
I mean, at this point, so like our conversation for the last couple of weeks has been, okay, obviously you start him when he comes back, but if he plays, kind of so, you sit him.
Yeah.
It's almost, for me, starting to become, when he comes back, do you start him?
I know that. Mac Jones has been very efficient.
Yeah, and it's not uncommon for a player to lose their spot to injury.
Yeah.
Like, it happens.
Yeah.
And I don't know, do you want to pull Mac Jones and take him off this hot streak that he's having?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I would not either.
Feed the hot hand.
Yeah.
And, if Mac Jones declines, then you got Brock Purdy in your back pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's getting to be a harder and harder decision every week.
Yeah, for sure.
And especially with, like we talked about, Kyle Shanahan wanted to draft him anyways.
Yeah.
So that certainly plays a factor. I mean, I don't care what you say, who you are. If it's a guy that you initially really loved, it's going to be hard for you to just be like, no, we paid this guy a lot of money. We got to start him. Yeah. This is the NFL.
Tough decisions.
You need wins. Yeah.
A great game by Jackson Dart too. 3 total touchdowns.
Yep.
He was also their leading rusher. Once again, not good to see.
But also, I mean, Tyrone Tracy is their running back right now. I mean,
Tyrone Tracy and Devin Singletary splitting reps.
Yeah.
Singletary led the way in rushing wise, getting more carries than Tracy.
Yeah.
Theo Johnson, I believe his second year in the NFL. He gets another touchdown. Huge drop though.
Yeah.
Gunnar Olszewski gets his first. I think it's his first touchdown.
I think he has had
maybe not his first, but
I think he's had return touchdowns.
Yeah, I think it's his first receiving touchdown.
Yeah, I do believe he has had either one or more return touchdowns. But yes, that is his first receiving touchdown of his career.
But that's all I got for.
That's all you got for this one? All right, I'm good on that one. Moving on to, like a crazy, crazy game. I don't think a lot of people saw this going in. I did. But Colts going into Pittsburgh favored by 2.5 or 3.5 and losing to the Pittsburgh Steelers, whose defense really dialed up the pressure on Daniel Jones, forcing 6 turnovers, and TJ Watt having a wonderful game. Their whole defense having a great game. Jalen Ramsey was a lockdown the whole game. It was a masterful performance by them, game planning for Jonathan Taylor, game planning for Daniel Jones, all these guys. I think, one of the only Colts that really had a standout performance in my eyes was Michael Pittman.
Michael Pittman and Alex Pierce, I believe, were both the guys that stood out to me.
Yeah.
But like you said, this might be the blueprint for beating the Colts is stuffing Jonathan Taylor, forcing Daniel Jones to try and beat you.
Yeah. Which I think he can.
Yeah.
But the pressure on him that whole game was so hard, and I don't think that he was recognizing pressure very well.
Yeah.
Which is uncharacteristic of him. Usually he is a very safe player. I wouldn't call him a game manager. I think he is a guy that can go win you games. However, usually he's very responsible with the football. I feel like he recognizes pressure well. When he's got backside pressure, he usually recognizes that, tucks the ball, and just takes the sack. This game, multiple of the turnovers were strip sack fumbles.
Yeah, 4 fumbles and 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
I think he had 3 fumbles and 3 picks, so 6 total turnovers.
Yeah, you can't have that, which, you are talking about a very good Steelers defense.
Yes. Can't forget about how good the Steelers defense is.
It's a great combo when you can have a great edge rusher like TJ Watt as well as a lockdown corner like Jalen Ramsey. Yeah. Because on one side of the field, because I do believe that TJ Watt plays on the left. So TJ Watt playing on the left, and then Jalen Ramsey, obviously he's all over the field. But when you've got one guy on each side, you have to worry about both sides of the field, and you can't even really look here. And now when you want to look here, you've got TJ Watt all up in your face, and that's tough. But once again, I think that there was a huge breakdown in Daniel Jones recognizing pressure. There were a lot of times where I was waiting for him to throw it away because I saw the pressure coming, but he didn't.
Yeah.
And obviously that's obvious. I'm watching it on TV, so I'm seeing it in real time, and I'm seeing it from an aerial view. However, that's just stuff that he usually does. I've come to expect Daniel Jones to know when to throw it away. know when to tuck it and take the sack.
Yeah.
Because without those 6 turnovers, I still think that the Steelers win, but I think that we're talking about a much different win.
Yes.
Because they still made it a 20-27 game.
Yeah.
And, some of that was garbage time.
Yeah, like you said, it was, completely dominated by the Steelers up until some garbage time points. But
Jaylen Warren played really well.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns. No, he took 16 carries for just 31 yards.
Yeah.
But yeah, the 2 touchdowns is.
And I do think that his carries, a lot of those were like tough yardage, short yardage situations where he came up with the first down. So like the stats don't really tell the full story there. I think that Jaylen Warren was fighting for yards and getting them the crucial yards. Now, was he getting a ton of yards after contact? No, but the crucial yards were there, and that's what I was most impressed about with him. DK Metcalf, another quiet game. Nothing special there. Aaron Rodgers doing what he does, playing sound football.
Sound. Won't turn the ball over.
Yep, he's not going to turn the ball over. He is older. He's not going to scramble. He's not going to do anything with his legs. He can still throw a bomb. He can still do all the things that he does. It's just his physical limitations now are the biggest limitation on him. Obviously, he's one of the smartest quarterbacks in football, these days, and I'm starting to see it more and more with him coaching these guys up and really recognizing when guys do things that are dumb. Because I believe it was Calvin Austin had a catch, and it was a third and 9. It was 3rd and long. Catches the ball, and it really has the first down right in front of him. And then tried to make a little move and get extra yardage. Ended up being short of the first down. They punt. And Rodgers, as Calvin Austin's coming to the sideline, yells at him. He goes, "Hey, turn that upfield. Turn that upfield. What are you doing? You don't need to make that extra move. Get us the first down. Keep us on the field." And so it's little things like that. I think that is one of those intangibles that Aaron Rodgers brings to the team, because as these guys keep getting coached up, that's a play where the next time that play is available, I bet you Calvin Austin turns that thing upfield and gets the first down. So it's these little things where these players are learning so much from him, and I think they're going to continue learning so much from him. And I think this team is going to be great down the stretch.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely going to be the team that gives some fits, or probably the only team that can stop the Ravens from coming back in that division. So, next game.
Yep, Broncos at the Texans. Broncos come out with the win. Not a super pretty win.
Not a super pretty win, but I think every team is going to have these types of games. I think we knew that this would be a very good defensive game as well. Like 2 of the best defenses in the NFL. So
Cortland Sutton had a good game. Made some great catches.
RJ Harvey
had a 27-yard reception, or
5 receptions for 51 yards, and his touchdown was the 27-yard catch. But nothing else. Bo Nix played good enough football. 2 touchdowns. Through the air.
And honestly, something that needs to be said, and it doesn't get mentioned enough, the benefits of having a kicker that has ice in his veins and that does not let the moment get to him are huge. This is, I believe, the 3rd game-winning kick this season for Will Lutz.
Will Clutch.
Yep, that's that boy. And these teams that have these kickers down the stretch in these close games, that's going to be a huge difference maker. So I think Will Lutz, good on you for getting out there and just being tough as nails and really knowing that the moment is all yours and going out there and taking it. Because he's been doing that game in and game out. So love to see it. Honestly, CJ Stroud didn't look horrible. Hate to see him go out with a concussion.
Tough seeing him go out.
And it looked really bad. He was doing the Tua. He was throwing up gang signs. So hate to see that. Especially with the year that he's been having. He's like we were talking about at first, we thought it might be a little bit of a, what is this, his third year junior slump?
Yeah.
And I don't think it really is anymore. I think that with the way he was playing, if he can come back from concussion, he'll be out 2 weeks.
Yeah, probably.
So if he can come back from concussion and play the way that he has been playing, that'd be nice. It is tough that they're in the division that they're in because the Colts seem like they're probably going to reign in that division for the next foreseeable future.
Yeah.
And the Jags are in there too, so that's a tough out.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not an easy division. Not the division that it once was, where it was just, I mean, sorry to say, but kind of booty cheeks down there in the AFC South.
Yeah, it was a very bad division there for a while.
But, I mean, that's all I really got on that game.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so Jags at Vegas. We picked Jags plus points. Obviously, Vegas goes in there and makes it a close game.
Yes, Mr. Brock Bowers, welcome back.
Yeah.
12 receptions, 130 yards,
three
and
touchdowns?
3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Gino gets 4 total touchdowns. Oh yeah, because he had 4 touchdowns, 1 to Ashton Genty as well. So, monster game by them. But
what were Ashton Genty's rushing yards in this one?
It was just 13 carries for 42 yards,
okay.
Which they're definitely not giving him the ball as much as they should be.
Yeah.
In my opinion, but
I think we've seen what he can do when he gets true running back carries. Because right now they're still treating him like, oh, well, we don't really know what we have yet. I think you do.
Yeah.
Because when you give him the touches that he deserves, he goes out there and he gets yards.
Yes.
And he gets touchdowns. And he does things for your offense that you can't do just in the passing game. So just trust him a little bit more. I think that's the key here.
Yeah. Trevor Lawrence gets 2 rushing touchdowns. His first rushing touchdown since the Chiefs game.
Yep.
But yeah, that's it. Jacoby Myers goes from the Raiders to the Jaguars, so
Yep.
I think that's a good trade.
Yeah.
For the Jaguars, get a veteran guy in there, with Travis Hunter being on IR. So
yeah,
it'll be a nasty deal with him and Brian Thomas, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jacoby Myers, he always kind of strikes me as like a very smart wide receiver.
Yes.
I feel like he makes smart plays. He's a good route runner. He still has good abilities. I think he's very smart.
Well, you know why? Because he played with Tom Brady.
That's true.
His first couple of years, I think he
got coached up a little bit.
Yeah, just like we were talking about with Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, big on coaching up wide receivers.
Yeah. Saints, Rams. I took Rams with the Saints cover, and the reason why I did that was because I thought Tyler Shuck might come in here and spark some life in this offense, and that did not happen.
Yeah, that did not happen. It's like I told you that, but they gave it a shot with Tyler Shuck.
Yeah.
This Rams offense is it's looking scary.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford, 4 touchdowns, 2 to Smith, 1 to Nakua, and I think 1 to Higbee, I believe.
Yeah, Tyler Higbee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Tyler Higbee. Yeah, he's looking like a good MVP candidate as well. Kyron Williams has 114 yards and a touchdown on 25 carries. Alvin Kamara, man. What I thought this guy would be used more.
Yeah.
He certainly is he's lost a lot of touches.
I don't know where things have went wrong with him. Because there was a while where he was like the most explosive player in the NFL.
Yeah.
I think that, there was also a while where he really reminded me of Le'Veon Bell with his patience with the run game.
Yeah.
He really was good at letting blocks develop, letting things come to him instead of trying to take the game to them. So, I don't know what has changed. I don't know. Maybe he's just not the same player, or maybe that was just kind of kind of an anomaly those couple years.
Maybe.
But very weird.
Right before we continue, do you have a charger?
Yeah, I do. I don't think I have one that's going to reach though.
Do you just want to put it over there and plug it in?
Yeah. How close are you?
This is at 3%.
Okay.
So you can control it. if you want.
All right. Well, you know what? We might just have to go. Straight ball knowledge
If they have anything
for the next little bit, off the cuff, unless we really need to look something up.
Yeah.
How do I know if I put this into the right one? I plugged it into this one.
It should be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. Well, we're just off the dome now, folks. We are off the dome, which is fine because I watched this full game. So, Chiefs, Buffalo.
Yep.
We picked Buffalo because we knew. Because
the Chiefs can't beat the Bills in regular season play, but that's not what matters. So, unfortunately, the Bills can't beat the Chiefs in playoffs.
So I hope that maybe this is the year where the Bills put it all together and beat them twice. Honestly, this might be the year that they don't have to beat them twice.
Maybe not.
The Chiefs might not make the playoffs.
Chiefs are currently outside looking in right now.
Yeah, 5-4. They're in the hunt technically right now.
Yep.
So what I really saw in this game was they used Khalil Shakir.
Yep.
And that has been kind of the tail of the tape when it comes to Bills Chiefs in the last 3 matchups. So in the 2 matchups prior to this, they had 18 receptions for Khalil Shakir.
Yep.
And so 9 receptions per game. And obviously that's just receptions. I don't know how many times they targeted him. But then in this game, he had 9 receptions before the half. Yeah. So I think that for some reason he tends to be the weapon that they look to when they're going up against the Chiefs.
Yeah. And Dalton Kincaid breaking Drew Tranquil's ankles on that first touchdown.
Yeah.
Catch. That was a nasty route.
Yeah. You can say it's the turf. No. It was Dalton Kincaid.
That was a nasty route.
But Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox both get a touchdown in this one, I believe.
I don't remember.
Either way, they were both going crazy.
Yeah, they both had good games.
Yeah, both had good games. Josh Allen was using his tight ends to the fullest extent, which was good to see. I feel like sometimes they can get overlooked in that offense when you've got James Cook, when you've got Khalil Shakir, when you've got Keon Coleman, all these guys.
Yeah.
So,
which I don't know what happened with Keon Coleman. I was looking forward to that dude having a monster second year.
Which I think that he is still getting some things figured out. He's a big physical guy.
He is.
He's had some issues with some drops, and I think that'll all get ironed out in the years to come. I think he's going to be a good player.
Yeah.
But really, Josh Allen just going out there and putting on a monster performance. They always have to make it stressful with the doink at the end.
Yeah.
And that was just about the loudest doink that I've ever heard in a football game. It just filled up that stadium.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You could hear the collective gasp of all those Bills fans in that stadium, like, again?
Yeah.
Like, you're really going to put us through this stress again?
Yeah.
Because that would have sealed the game. That would have put it into a 2-score game with, 31 seconds left or something like that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the Chiefs find a way to get it real close and almost do something with it.
Yeah.
And luckily, the Bills hold out and end up getting that pick on that final Hail Mary.
Well, they
or just bat it down. You're right. Yep.
It was a monster game for that Bills defense, and once we always talk about the Chiefs have been beating teams with they go up against teams and their star players are hurt just magically. But the Bills defense playing with injuries and didn't matter to them.
Which that was another big take that I had last week that I will take credit on that. The Chiefs are amazing against horrible defenses.
Yes, against horrible defenses, or if they are playing a team and say their star quarterback's out or their star receivers out, then I agree. That's such a good take.
Which you did agree with that last week. And I'm not saying I take complete credit for that take. I don't think I'm the first one to say that. I don't think anything like that. But it is amazing that the Chiefs will go out and win a couple games, and then all of a sudden, all these analysts are putting them in, top 10 power rankings.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, sir.
No,
they are 5-4 right now.
Yeah.
Like that is
Yeah.
It's abysmal. They're close to 500 right now.
Yeah.
And there's teams in their own conference that are 7-2.
Yeah. Yeah. They and a lot of people are saying that they have an easy path to going 8-0 throughout. They play the Broncos twice, which the Broncos always give them fits.
Yep.
They got to play the Chargers again.
Yeah.
They got to play the Colts.
Yep.
Don't
forget the Broncos won the season series last year.
Yeah.
And there was one of those games that was what? 38-0? Yeah, I don't think that's an easy road. Doesn't sound like it to me.
Yeah, it'll be very tough for the Chiefs to win, really.
Yeah.
Because they got to play the Cowboys.
Yep.
Cowboys just improved their defense.
Yep.
Who knows how much, but
which I will say one thing that analysts did get right, and this was a major factor in this game. Rashee Rice did come back, and he's a weapon.
Yes.
He is still a guy that they can count on in these. That 4th and 19 that they converted to Rashee Rice, where he ran a drag route, like a deep drag, and was just completely wide open. Those are the plays where I'm like, you're playing the Chiefs. How do you not cover Kelsey and Rashee Rice?
Yeah.
Listen, if you want to let Thornton run wild, let him. If you want to let
Hollywood Brown.
If you want to let Hollywood, he is still kind of dangerous. If you want to let Xavier Worthy run wild, let him do his thing. Honestly, I've seen Xavier Worthy have some key drops. Obviously, you don't want to let him get wide open. He is fast. He is still dangerous. But, that's not one of those guys where I'm really worried about him making, a tough contested catch. Rashee Rice is one of those guys. Cover him tight.
Yeah.
Like that. I don't get it. I don't get how they let these guys just kind of, ramble around and do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And it's because some of these teams get in these soft zone coverages.
Yeah, you can't.
And you can't do that against the Chiefs.
You can't do that.
They're so good at finding soft spots in defensive in zone coverage.
Yeah, and I don't know what it was. Mahomes had that fake scramble to the outside and just totally froze the defender. Just go after him.
I did like seeing when Mahomes held onto the ball too long and he got murdered. That was great. He thought that he could just, I'm a quarterback. You can't touch me. Nah, you're still in bounds. You're going to get destroyed. AJ Epinesa.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was nasty.
So good on you.
I'm surprised it wasn't a flag, but
I'm not.
I'm glad it was.
He was in bounds.
But,
ball was still in his hand.
The way that they've been calling those forceful landings on quarterbacks, that was what was shocking to me. I'm glad it wasn't called. I don't think it should be called.
Yes.
But I'm just saying it was shocking.
Good no call, and good on you, AJ Epinesa, for not pulling up.
Yes.
You have to, when quarterbacks do that, when they hold on to the ball for too long and stay in bounds, you must punish them for that. It has to happen. That's one of those things that guys have been letting Mahomes get away with for forever. When he is close to out of bounds or when he holds onto the ball too long, guys pull up because they know it's going to be, oh my God, we got to protect the face of the league.
Yeah.
But no, slam him hard. And they did.
Yeah.
So that's really all I got on that. I will say one thing that was huge, and I did not know this statistic. Currently on 3rd and 1 on short yardage situations, there's a top 2 plays that lead the league in short yardage success.
It'd be the tush push
and
Kareem Hunt.
Yep. Kareem Hunt going into this game was, I think they said 8 for 10 on attempts with 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1.
Yeah.
In this game, I think they held him to 1 of 5.
Yeah, something like that.
They did a great job of stopping Kareem Hunt on these short yardage situations.
Yeah.
And that was just a masterclass by them. Also, great job on that goal line play. Josh Allen taking it to the left and initially was pretty close to being stopped on forward progress.
Yeah.
However, his left guard, I believe.
No, I think it wasn't his fullback. Wasn't it Gilliam who came in and pushed?
It might have been.
You might be right.
But either way, somebody came and just tackled him straight into the end zone.
Yes,
now, obviously, kind of dangerous. You don't want to see your quarterback get hurt. However, Josh Allen's a tough son of a gun.
Josh Allen is very tough.
So Just good job on them recognizing that and pushing him into the end zone, getting that touchdown.
Also, the Bills had a great D-line stand when the Chiefs, it was like going into halftime, they held them to a field goal.
Yep.
Like, those are always huge momentum plays.
Yeah.
If it's a touchdown, who knows? It could be
a
really
different game. Yeah. So just overall, great job by the Bills defense. Chiefs, good job containing James Cook. James Cook did not have a phenomenal rushing game. Now, he did make key plays that sealed the game.
He was also the first player to
get 100 rushing yards.
100 rushing yards
Yeah.
in a while.
But
so,
I mean, when you look at that in comparison to what he had been doing, I mean, last game he had 200 on the ground, and I think he had 50 receiving. So I mean, 250 all-purpose yards. Versus this game, I think they held him to probably 130 all-purpose yards, something like that.
And the Chiefs are one of the best run defenses, I think, in the NFL. So it's not very shocking to see him be able to slow down James Cook, but I mean, very impressive. He did make some very impressive plays.
Yeah. I don't know if you were watching. I don't know if you heard me, but hey, good on you, Chris Jones, for not crying a single time during this game. I don't think I saw it in this one. So hey, you must have been listening to me or something, because I'm tired of seeing it. But good job not crying. You might have done it after the game. Who knows?
Maybe.
So moving on, Seahawks at Washington.
Whew.
Man, oh man, this one I'm gonna get on my soapbox for a second. The Washington Commanders, formerly the Washington Redskins, do not know how to manage having a great mobile quarterback. Why in the world is your quarterback still in the game in the fourth quarter, down big, your starting quarterback, who is just coming off of multiple different injuries, a hamstring, a knee, and then now his elbow gets bent back the entire opposite way. Luckily, not his throwing arm.
Yeah.
However, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You did this with RG3. You ruined his career. Are you going to do it with Jaden Daniels?
They did it with Alex Smith.
They did it with Alex Smith.
Did you see the thing or the post where it's like all the injuries have occurred like almost on the same spot of the field?
Yep.
That's so wild.
Like, I don't know what your problem. I mean, looking all the way back to Joe Theismann.
Yep.
When Theismann had his thing ripped apart by the Giants.
Yep.
Like, you can't do this over and over again and not learn your lesson. You've got a generational talent in Jaden Daniels. Okay, well, maybe that's a little far. He is a great player.
Yeah.
He led you to the NFC Championship in his first year.
Like his rookie year was phenomenal.
Yeah. And I don't know. It really worries me for him. I hope that they don't do anything that is detrimental to his career going forward, because that could have been so bad. Get away from that. Get away. Hey, you hear me? Go, shoot. Sorry, Luna was trying to eat the computer.
We love that.
But still just same old story. Same old Sam Darnold to JSN doing what they do.
Yeah, it's that connection's just incredible. And JSN is looking like a monster.
Yeah.
Never the focal point at Ohio State. He was always like second nature to Marvin Harrison or Chris Olave.
Yep.
So really glad to see him dominate in the NFL.
Which, that makes me think about, these guys. Ohio State is wide receiver U right now.
Absolutely.
I mean, you think about the guys that they have in the league. You got Garrett Wilson. You got Olave. You got JSN. You got Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
You got Commanders. Terry McLaurin.
Yeah.
Like, they own the league as far as top wide receivers.
Yeah.
So just super impressive by them.
Yes.
And I guess if you're anyone in the NFL that is in need of a receiver, this is the year to go grab them. I mean, you're going to have Brandon Ennis up for the grabs. You're going to have, I don't know if Jeremiah Smith will go.
I don't think it'll be interesting to see if Jeremiah Smith goes or not. I mean, I wouldn't be, if he does go, he's obviously a first round pick.
See, the thing that makes me say that like him or Carnell Tate, like that those guys should go, is because, so I don't know if you're familiar with the Willis McGahee situation, but Willis McGahee was a phenomenal running back for Miami in the 90s, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Great running back. Elected to stay an extra year. He was a projected first round pick, probably going to be top 5.
Yeah.
Stayed an extra year, towards ACL.
Yeah.
Ended up going in like the 7th round and never really amounted to much in the league.
Yeah.
It always makes me wonder, like, dude, do you risk it and say like, oh, what if he gets twisted up on in this next year, right?
Yeah.
What if Jeremiah Smith comes back, because he wants to do the right thing and stay there with Ohio State, go try to win another natty, and then ends up getting injured and ruining his career going forward. So like that stuff always worries me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like go while you have the chance,
I agree.
That's part of what I think, but also I do have a lot of respect for these guys that stay around and play for the team that they love and the team that they have been loyal to. So that's awesome.
I think it could come down to how Ohio State does in the playoffs. If they don't make it to the natty, I think there's a pretty good chance he does stay to try and go back and win it.
Yeah.
But yeah, some good Ohio State receivers coming out.
Yeah. I'm good on that one if you are.
Yeah.
Cardinals at Dallas. Once again, I just want to mention it one more time. Rest in peace to Marshawn Nealon. That sucks. 24 years old.
Yeah.
You never want to see that. I mean, I'm 23. Like that's crazy to think about that guy. And coming off of literally a couple nights ago, he was playing on Monday, goes and they block a punt, and he was the one that recovered it in the end zone.
Yeah.
So like to go from, such a high moment and then end up tragically passing, it sucks. So young player gone too soon. Rest in peace to Nealon, and my thoughts and prayers go out to the Nealon family.
Agreed.
So, but Cardinals go out there and win in Dallas.
Straight, pretty much dominating game.
Yeah.
Cowboys offense hasn't been itself these last 2 games. It seems like they put up 17 points against the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Some big plays by Marvin Harrison actually.
Yep.
That first touchdown, nasty route, completely broke Deron Bland's ankles.
Yep.
I mean, one of the only big plays I remember was the blocked punt touchdown. So
yeah, and shout out to that boy Jacoby Brissett, former Florida Gator, going out there and in the 2 games prior to this had thrown for, I believe, 599 yards and 6 total touchdowns. Yeah. Like the guy had been balling in the last 2 games. Honestly, I should have seen this coming. I mean, he goes out there and does the same thing again, goes out and balls, and they win the game. And now with the trade deadline, like, are we possibly going to see a Kyler Murray trade?
Maybe. I think maybe the trade deadline already
was yesterday. The trade deadline
I think Tuesday was the end.
Tuesday was okay. Well, my bad. I don't know things, but like, it's still something I would explore because Kyler Murray has not been super impressive.
No,
in his career in general. They had that 8-0 start where they looked phenomenal, and then ended up losing a ton of games and taking themselves out of contention.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you can win with that guy. And I'm not saying that nobody can win with him. Maybe it's not the right system.
Maybe.
Maybe it's just not the right place, not the right time. But I would have a tough time continuing to start him and continuing to sign him to new contracts because you haven't seen any production.
Yeah, and I think the talks are floating around this offseason that the Cardinals probably will let Kyler Murray walk just because this isn't the administration that picked him. I don't really think they want anything to do with him. No. So, after this season, I look for them to rebuild, find their next quarterback in the draft.
Which, I recently saw a take about him that seemed pretty pretty telling of the kind of player he is. He still plays like he's in high school. Like most of his big plays come off of him scrambling and, staying alive just long enough to, throw to an open receiver that just somehow happened to find their way open. Obviously not off the initial route. And the NFL is a league that runs off of timing.
Yes.
And if you're a quarterback that cannot play on time, that consistently has to scramble and create, that it's not always a recipe for success. There are some teams that do it great, but also those teams that do it great, I don't think they're the ones. You trying to bite me? I don't think that those are the teams. I don't think that those players are doing it all the time.
Yeah.
Like Lamar, you look at him, he can scramble and create, but he's not doing that on every play.
No.
Almost every successful play that I see from Kyler Murray is where he scrambled for like 13 seconds and just found somebody.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not a recipe for success.
Yeah.
Because 8 times out of 10, he's going to get sacked. That, or he's going to have to throw it away and it's going to be a coverage sack.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. That's not good. It's not something I like to see.
Yeah. No, I agree.
If I'm a Cardinals fan, I'm wanting my organization to move on.
Yeah. No, I completely agree.
Because they have the talent. Their defense is good.
Yeah, they got
their offense is good. They've got Trey McBride. They've got Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, their 2 main points that I think that they could improve on are running back and quarterback.
Yeah. And yeah, they've just had a nightmare with running backs going down.
Yeah.
So once they're all healthy, I think it'll be a lot better for them.
Yeah.
I think that wraps up.
That rounds out our
10
NFL 14 NFL games.
But I'm saying the week 10 of NFL game.
Week 9, I believe, actually.
Or maybe it was week 9. Yeah, you could be right.
I think so.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that rounds out our last week's picks and our recap of last week. Out of 14 games, 8.5, 9. So overall, through college and NFL, I take a 1-point victory this week. But yeah, so let's move on and make some picks. What do you say?
I would love that.
Let's see if we can get you your
laptop back. Should be able to survive for the last part of this.
What are you at now?
We're good enough.
All right.
Yeah, we'll survive.
Okay. All right. Let's start with college and get our 10 matchups for the week. And then we will move on to our top 5 quarterback list and go ahead and get that going.
Yeah.
So, what remind me of week?
So it's going week 11 of college football.
Week 11. Okay.
So, first game we got down, the Indiana Hoosiers traveled to Penn State. Indiana only favored by minus 14.5. I think this is a good comparison game to Ohio State.
Indiana at Penn State?
Yeah. This is Penn State's this is Gruckenmeyer's first start at home. So we'll see if he fares better at home. Maybe he's played the toughest 2 defenses in college football.
Yeah.
Had to travel to Iowa, and then he had to take on Ohio State last week.
Yeah.
So maybe he can fare better at home, and maybe Katron Allen and Nick Singleton will have I think if Penn State wants a chance to win, they gotta just feed those guys.
Yeah, they're gonna have to lean on the run game.
But on the other hand, Indiana's Fernando Mendoza is obviously he's a Heisman favorite for a reason. So for me, I'm taking a Hoosiers win, and they cover the 14.5.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with you there. I do believe that Indiana is just too high-powered on offense, and then I think that they've got a very stout and good defense as well. I don't really know too much about their front four, so I don't know how they'll fare against the run game of Penn State. But Hemby, Mendoza, and that wide receiver core, it really worries me for Penn State. I don't think that they're going to be able to do much about it. So I'll stick with you there, Indiana plus points.
Yeah.
You can move on to the next one.
Next game, we got a Bulldog affair with the Georgia Bulldogs traveling to take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Georgia is favored minus 9.5. They saw Georgia come off a close win against Florida, and Mississippi State's a team that can, I think, maybe not play better ball than Florida, but they throw the ball really well. We saw that against Texas, and I think one of Georgia's weaknesses is the passing defense. So I wouldn't be surprised if Mississippi State makes this a close game. But I do think Georgia will win, and I do think they'll cover the 9.5. I think they win by 10, 14 points maybe.
I think you're onto something there. I don't agree with the cover. I like Georgia in this, but I think Mississippi State does have the ability to hold Georgia to probably. I could see this being a 21-17 ball game.
Wow.
I think that Mississippi State, their defense creates so much havoc, and against this Georgia offense, who has not been phenomenal, that could be huge. I think that if they can cause some turnovers and get the ball back, I still think this Georgia defense is great, and I don't think that Mississippi State is going to go off on them or anything. But I think that this will be a close game.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I'm going to go Georgia straight up, or Georgia with a Mississippi State cover.
Next game's a big Big 12 matchup here. The Cougs travel to take on the Red Raiders at AT&T Stadium. That's the Jones AT&T Stadium.
Yep.
This is going to be a great game to watch. This is probably one of the top college football games this year.
Who's favored? Texas Tech, right?
Yeah, Texas Tech is favored minus 10.5.
Whoa.
Yeah. This will be a tough match for Bear Brockmeyer, I think, going into probably will be the most hostile environment that he's played in.
Yeah.
And I think Morton's back for Tech. So
Baron Morton.
Yeah.
In this one, I am going to ride my boy Bear Bachmeier. I think BYU comes out here and shows why they're ranked number 8.
They're 7.
7. Sorry, my apologies. But I think that they come out here and show why they're ranked number 7. I have a lot of faith in that defense, and I have a lot of faith in Bear Bachmeier himself. He wills his team to victories consistently. He's been doing it all year. Has not failed yet, and I don't think that they fail here. I think that, and this is going to be a little preview, and if this comes true, then I might be a genius. I'm going to go BYU wins this one, okay? I'm going to say that this is the conference championship.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that conference championship, Texas Tech wins it. And I think that the Big Ten becomes a 2-bid conference.
Big 12.
Big 12.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think this game is more important for Tech to win if they want to stay alive, not just for Big 12 play, but for college football playoffs. It'd be pretty devastating to lose this game, and then if they lose the conference championship, they're probably out.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm rolling with the Red Raiders. I think they win, but I do take a BYU cover. I think it comes down to a touchdown.
Okay. All right, on to the next.
Here we go. Missouri State travels to take on Liberty. Both teams 3-1 in Conference USA play. Liberty is favored by -7.5. Not much. I mean, I don't know much about these two teams.
I know that Missouri State, J.J. O'Neal, cornerback. I know that he's a difference maker.
Yeah.
Went to my alma mater out here in Missouri, Rogersville High School. I think that Missouri State, coming off of a home conference win, their first in Conference USA, I think that it's quite possible that they string together another one. I don't know much about Liberty. I'm just going to ride the home team here. I'm going Missouri State straight up.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think I might I might get shunned by my uh, Springfield natives, but I think I'm gonna go with Liberty here.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna take a Liberty win, and I think I'll take a Missouri State cover though.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be a close game, but I'll take a Liberty win.
All right, on to the next. Didn't we say we had a Kentucky matchup in here? No.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
But before we get to that, did we say we're doing Florida State and Clemson?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Florida State travels to take on Clemson. Dang, this was probably going to be a really good matchup at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
I still think it'll be good. Clemson favored -1.5, so
straight pick them.
Pick a team here. Oh man, I don't know who to go for.
I think. Well, I'll tell you what I think. I think Cade Klubnik is coming off of a good game.
Yeah.
I think that they have nothing to lose currently. Neither does Florida State, really.
Yeah.
But I think that Clemson currently has nothing to lose. I think Dabo is tired of losing.
Yeah.
I think that quite possibly we see another Cade Klubnik good performance here.
Yeah.
And if we do, I'd say Clemson wins and covers. So I'm going to go with a Clemson win and a Clemson cover. Shout out my boy Justin Powell. I know that Florida State does have Tommy Castellanos, and I think he's still a good player. I really do. They also still have Squirrel White, which he can cause fits for any defense. I think that they're a good team, and it's possible that they come out with the win.
Yeah.
It's just since this is a straight pick 'em, I'm leaning towards Clemson here. I think Cade Klubnik is the better quarterback of the two, and I also think that Clemson is the better defense of the two.
Yeah, I guess that's something that comes down to is who is the better quarterback and has the better defense. And the only thing that's holding me back is like I could see a Florida State upset here and then Dabo's gone, but I don't think that'll happen yet. I'll take Clemson as well. I'll take them to win and cover.
Okay. And just another talking point on that one. I think even if Clemson does lose, I think Clemson, I don't think they get rid of Dabo. I don't think that happens anytime soon. He's had one bad season. Realistically, like the rest of his career has all been pretty great. Yeah. He's brought them to multiple national championships, won some. Might have to go to the phone, brother.
Have to go old school.
Back in the day, low tech. But I just don't see them getting rid of Dabo. He's been such a great
Yeah.
coach for them. I think that this year is kind of a one-off bad year. Now, if this is, multiple years in a row of him having bad years, I think we look at this differently. But I think there's no reason for them to get rid of him, and they love him down there in South Carolina.
Yeah.
I like Clemson sticking around. Yeah. So.
All right. So we both took Clemson there.
Yep.
Plus, or in the cover.
Yep.
Well, basically. The Aggies travel to Columbia, take on the Tigers. The Aggies are favored -6.5.
Whoa.
Yeah. To me, this game comes down to the first drive and how, if the Aggies can stop Ahmad Hardy, then they're gonna blow out the Tigers.
Yeah. I think that's, honestly, in my opinion, that is Mizzou's only path to victory is Ahmad Hardying their way to a victory.
Yes,
which they could.
They very well could.
I really, A&M does not impress me on the edge. Yeah. And this is, and we've talked about this, Mizzou runs halfback stretch more than any team in the nation. Their whole plan is to stretch your defense as much as they possibly can and try to make you play horizontal.
Yeah.
And Ahmad Hardy is great at getting to that edge and getting positive yards. If A&M can somehow find a way to set an edge and stop Ahmad Hardy, the game is over, and Mizzou's going to lose by 20.
Yeah.
But if Ahmad Hardy can find a way to consistently get positive gains on first down and put them in, third and manageables, then Mizzou has a path to victory. I still don't think that guarantees a victory.
No, it definitely doesn't.
But if Ahmad Hardy has 170 plus rushing, I think they win this game.
Dang, he might need more, honestly.
Really?
I would say.
You think he needs a 200-yard game?
He might need a 200-yard game just to.
He might get it.
He could. He very well could. But I mean, even so, the A&M offense is, I think, just going to be way too much for.
Well, that's funny because I say gig him down. I'm saying Mizzou wins. Ahmad Hardy 250 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's what I'm saying, and I'm sticking by it. Give me Mizzou.
Crazy upset there. I can't roll that way. Once again, my Missouri natives are going to hate me, but I'm rolling with the Aggies.
All right.
I take them to win and
cover?
And cover the 6.5.
All right, what do we got next?
Big Big Ten matchup here with Oregon traveling down to Iowa. Now, getting got some info about some weather playing a factor in this game. It's supposed to be freezing rain up in Iowa, so it's going to be.
Now, Oregon's no stranger to rain.
Oregon is no strangers, but they're not. I don't think they're going to be used to
the freezing
rain.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
So,
and who's that quarterback over there at Iowa? Remind me.
It's what is his name? Gronowski. He's not a very. Now, Iowa's not a very good passing team. We know that, but this is a team that will run it. Their defense will make you make mistakes.
Yep.
And so for Oregon, for Dante Moore, he's got to have a clean game. They got to lean on the backs of their two backs. Who is it? Whittington and I forget who else. They had someone else back there. He was very solid, but basically got to lean on their running backs. Very good. It's probably going to be a very low scoring game, I think.
I think Dante Moore is mobile enough to also make a difference in the run game for them.
Yeah, and I think Dan Lanning is going to have this team fired up to win.
Yep. Oregon's favored by how much?
Oregon's favored -6.5. Like I said, I think that's the thing is one turnover by Oregon and game could be completely flipped.
But, you know who else I think could be a pretty big difference maker in this game? Weegan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think Iowa has a chance to make a difference with him. I think if he gets any sort of explosive returns, which he has been doing consistently for his whole career, that could be a difference maker. For that reason, I'm picking the Hawkeyes to upset the Oregon Ducks. I think those Hawkeyes just come in there and grab that duck, rip it apart. I think it's a duck fillet over there in Ames. Give me Iowa. Is Ames Iowa or is that Iowa State?
I think that's Iowa State.
Gosh,
Iowa is they play. I don't know what city they're in there.
Either way, give me them down there in Iowa.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm rolling with the Ducks. But I'll take an Iowa cover. I think the Ducks win by a field goal. My prediction.
Okay. All right, what do we got next?
Next we got Auburn, Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt obviously coming off that tough loss. And Auburn just firing Hugh Freeze. Vandy's only favored -6.5 though.
At home?
Vandy is at home, yeah.
Okay. So here's what I think. I think that Auburn actually has a great defense. They've shown this all year.
Yeah.
I think Auburn has a phenomenal defense. Their offense, however, has been completely stifled by every team that they've played. Now, Auburn, if they can put together a performance on offense even close to what they did at Georgia, Vandy's in serious danger right here.
Yeah.
I think that also it is worth noting that it is the first game that is going to be under head coach DJ Durkin.
Yep.
DJ Durkin, obviously defensive coordinator turned interim head coach. He took a little bit of a shot at Hugh Freeze, kind of a subtle shot in one of the press conferences leading up to this. He said that the offensive coordinator will be playing. He said it 3 different times. He goes, yeah, he'll be calling plays on first down. He'll be calling plays on third down. He'll be calling plays on fourth down. He'll be calling all the plays. And I think that was a shot on Hugh Freeze being a head coach as well as a play caller, which, as we've seen, is not a successful combination.
Yeah.
Happened to, oh my God, why can't it happen to old boy down there at Florida?
Billy Napier.
Happened to Billy Napier. Billy Napier couldn't keep his hands out of the offense. Pause. But he couldn't keep his hands off the offense. Once again, pause. And it ultimately led to his downfall.
Yeah.
Guess what? Same thing just happened to Hugh Freeze. I think that Auburn, with a play caller that is strictly only play calling and not having to hear input from the head coach as well, I think DJ Durkin, being a defensive coordinator turned head coach, I think their defense is going to be firing on all cylinders. However, War Eagle down. I hate you. I'm taking Vandy. I'm taking Diego Pavia. You know what? I'll even write this down under it, okay?
Yeah.
I'm taking Diego Pavia over 270 passing yards. I'm taking Diego Pavia over 70 rushing yards. I'm taking him. You know what? I'm going to write down a stat line under it, okay? I'm taking Vandy, okay? Plus points.
Yep.
Okay? Give me Vandy. If my pen will write. Vandy plus points. Pavia, here's his stat line, okay? I'm saying he throws for 285, okay? I'm saying his rushing yards. I'm saying he rushes for 78. I'm saying 2 touchdowns in the air. And I'm saying 2 touchdowns on the ground.
All right.
And that is my stat line for Diego Pavia.
Yeah, I think Pavia will have I agree. I think Pavia will have a monster game. I will also take Vanderbilt to win and cover.
Okay.
Heck, I think if I'm thinking that he's gonna have 300 yards passing.
Whoa!
In this game. Yeah.
You want to write down a stat line?
I do 300 yards passing.
Okay.
And I think he gets probably 85 yards rushing.
Whoa!
Yeah, it'll be a monster game for him.
Okay, how many touchdowns in the air?
I think he'll be 2 touchdowns passing and 2 on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what's going to be horrible? When he throws for 4 picks and rushes for like 12 yards and takes 10 sacks, and we are sitting here next Thursday or Friday and just contemplating what we do with our lives because we don't know ball at all. Yeah. That is a serious worry of mine coming into this. But hey, you know what?
We ball. LSU travels to Tuscaloosa. Oh my God, it's hard. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, to take on the Tide. Tide favorite -9.5. Imagine LSU's first game after firing Brian Kelly. They have to face the Tide. Very sucky for them.
Tide's favored by what? 9.5?
9.5. Only thing that could help the Tigers in this game would be their defense. But their defense has taken a hit these past couple weeks. Obviously, their offense has not been good, not been up to the hype that they were given.
I think that team is in shambles. I think that Kalen DeBoer's record at home speaks for itself.
Yeah,
I'm taking Bama plus points here, and I think it's a pretty simple one. I think that this is straightforward. I think that defense, Yanze Pierre, I think that he's going to get a couple sacks on Nussmeier.
Yeah.
I think that they should, now copy me when I say this, I think they should be able to shut down that passing attack. I think also LT Overton is going to play a big role in this. I think, yes, their defense is great, but I think that Caden Proctor is up to the task to protect Ty Simpson. I think that also Ty Simpson's legs are going to play a factor in this. Their secondary at LSU is great, but you're also going up against the best passing attack in college football.
Yeah.
Still in my mind. I know that we just said what we said about Ohio State and that they are wide receiver U. However, the depth at wide receiver at Bama, I think, trumps what they have going on over at Ohio State. So I'm taking Bama plus points here.
Yeah, I agree. I'd take Bama plus points as well. Pretty easy pick. Here we go. Florida and Kentucky.
Florida at Kentucky?
Florida is at Kentucky.
When is kickoff?
This game starts at 6:30.
Another night game down there at Kroger Field.
Yeah. Florida's favorite -3.5. This is a game that could go either way, honestly. For me, I'm going to roll with the Gators in this one. I'm going to take the Gators to cover the 3.5. I think DJ Lagway has a big game. And Jaden Ball, I expect to have a big game too.
You know, I am going to stick with you here. I think that Kentucky has been giving teams a lot of scares down there at night at Kroger Field. But I think Florida, coming off the game that they just had against Georgia, I think that if they can do that to Georgia, then they can do something worse to Kentucky. Yeah. I think that they're a good team. I think that if Kentucky does win this, I think that we're going to see a major stat line from Kendrick Law.
Yeah.
I think that he is their X factor, and if they don't get him involved, I think Florida beats the crap out of them. If they do get him involved, they have a chance to win. So, but I am taking Florida plus points. This one is another pretty much straight up pick 'em. Yeah. So we got
one more.
Nope, that's our 10. Awesome. So that rounds out our 10. So to recap, we've got our first game, Indiana favored by 14.5 at Penn State, Indiana plus points, both of us. Georgia favored by 9.5 at Mississippi State. You've got Georgia plus points. I've got Georgia with the Mississippi State cover. BYU at Texas Tech. Texas Tech favored by 10.5. You've got Texas Tech with a BYU cover. I've got BYU. Missouri State at Liberty. Liberty favored 7.5. You've got Liberty with an MSU cover. I've got MSU straight up. Florida State at Clemson. Clemson favored by 1.5. We both are taking Clemson plus points. Shout out my boy Justin Powell. A&M favored by 6.5 at Mizzou. Aggies plus points for you. Mizzou for me. Oregon favored by 6.5 at Iowa. Ducks with an IU cover for you. I took Iowa straight up. Auburn at Vandy. Vandy favored by 6.5. We both took Vandy plus points. We've both got major stat lines for Diego Pavia. Diego, don't let us down.
Please.
Don't let us down. You got a chip on your shoulder, son. Go do something with it. All right. LSU at Bama. Bama favored by 9.5. We've both got Bama plus points. Florida minus 3.5 at Kentucky. We've both got Florida plus points. Gators, go out there and chomp them down.
Why not?
I know you're not in the swamp, but hey, Gators get out alive. So there we go. That rounds out our picks for college football week 11. Let's move into our NFL picks here. Another good week of action in the NFL.
Another good week of action. Starting with
NFL week what again?
This is week 10.
Okay.
Starting with Thursday night football tonight. The Raiders travel to take on the Broncos. Broncos favored minus 8.5 in this game. I mean, obviously Raiders just gave away Jacoby Myers. I expect the Broncos. I take the Broncos to win and cover. I mean, Raiders defense is not very good.
Yeah.
And I think a player that I expect to make a kind of.
So this is a new little segment we're doing on NFL. Tell us if you like it or not. Hit us in the comments. We're going difference makers.
Yeah.
We're each going to choose a difference maker in this game. So go ahead with yours.
Yeah, so obviously take the Broncos to cover the 8.5 and win.
And I'm sticking with you there.
My difference maker will be Mr. Troy Franklin. I think he'll have a very solid game.
All right. I am going to say that my difference maker is the man himself, Nick Bonito. I think Nick Bonito goes out there and causes havoc in the backfield for the Raiders. I think that he helps stifle that rushing attack that they have with Genty. And if Geno Smith can't throw the ball, they can't score.
Yeah. Sunday morning game, the Berlin game. The Falcons take on the Colts. Colts are the home team. Colts are favored minus 6.5. Obviously, the trade deadline came and Colts pick up the best cornerback in the NFL in Sauce Gardner. So I am going to take the Colts to win. I'm taking them to win and cover.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to take them to win and cover. My difference maker will be the guy they just traded for, Mr. Sauce Gardner himself.
Really? All right. I see this game a little differently than you do. I think that Bijan Robinson is probably not happy with the way he's been playing. I think that he's coming into this game motivated. I think that Sauce Gardner, sure, he might make a little bit of a difference, but coming off of the loss that they just suffered to the Steelers, who had a great defense, I think that this Falcons defense is pretty close, if not just as good as that Steelers defense. This Falcons defense is really good. And I think they might take some notes from the Steelers and go out and win this thing. I'm taking Falcons straight up.
Oof.
And my difference maker, Bijan Robinson.
I like that.
All right, who do we got next?
Next we got a poverty game between the Browns and Jets. Cleveland travels to take on New York. The Browns are favored -2.5. Yeah, I mean, this is probably just going to be a slugfest of a game. I'm going to give me the Browns to win. I think
Okay.
I'm going to take a Browns win and cover. And I believe that because the difference maker will be Mr. Quinshawn Junkins. That dude is a monster. And I hate that I gave him up.
Yeah, he is.
And fantasy.
He is nasty. Is Garrett Wilson back for this?
Believe Garrett Wilson is. Let's look and see. I believe he's still doubtful.
Doubtful. Okay. Considering that, I'm going to stick with you here. Go Browns plus points. And I think my difference maker is Mama, there goes that man. There goes that bad man, Myles Garrett.
Yep. I like that.
I mean, he's got the franchise record with 5 sacks in a game. I think that he's going to give Fields plenty of problems to deal with, and I don't think that Fields has the answers. So, yeah, sticking with that. Who we got next?
Next we got the Jaguars taking on the Texans. -1.5 in favor of the Jaguars right now. So basically just a pick 'em game here. And I think with C.J. Stroud going out, it's going to be tough for the Texans to get anything going offensively. Jaguars just picked up Jacoby Myers, like I was saying. I think Jacoby Myers and Brian Thomas will be a pretty nasty combination to have. So with that, I'm taking the Jaguars win and cover. My difference maker in this game will be, give me Travis Etienne.
Oh,
That's a difference maker.
We've got the same difference maker.
Really?
That's who I was going to say. Yeah, I'm sticking with you.
Yeah.
Jags plus points.
Yeah.
And you are a genius, my friend, because I am also sticking with ETN as my difference maker.
I love that.
All right, awesome. What's our next one?
The Bills travel to take on the Dolphins. Bills are favored -9.5. This game is in Miami, but I mean, we saw what the Bills did again to the Chiefs. I think Bills got to dominate this game, and I think the difference maker will be.
You going Bills plus points on this?
Yeah, I'm going Bills plus points. On the back of James Cook.
All right, I like that. And I'm going to say Bills win this one. I'm going to say that the difference maker is, which, I mean, I don't even think they really need much of a difference maker.
Yeah.
But for some reason, there's a voice in the back of my head that just keeps on yelling Khalil Shakir.
That would be my second pick.
All right. Who we got next?
Probably one of the most exciting matchups of the week is the Patriots traveling to Tampa Bay, take on the Buccaneers. Buccaneers open up as the favorites, -2.5 right now.
That's strange to me.
Yeah, it was very shocking. Bucks haven't been playing very well offensively as they were at the beginning.
Yeah, they're not playing as well as they started out.
So for that, I think Mike Vrabel is going to have to seem very motivated, especially seeing that Vegas is really favoring the Bucks in this game.
Yeah.
So I'm actually calling ups. I don't even know if you call it upset, but I'm taking the Patriots to win.
Okay.
They win outright, and my difference maker will be give me Mr. Drake May himself. to be a difference maker in this game.
I like that. I'm on the other side though. I'm saying Tampa Bay plus points here. I think the home atmosphere is going to be a big plus, and I think that honestly, call me crazy, Kate Otten,
Oh,
you're going to be my difference
hello.
maker this week. I think that Baker starts to see you out there and starts tossing the ball your way a little bit. Give me Kate Otten.
Kate Otten has looked like a really great tight end this
Yeah.
year. He has seen a lot. He's seen the football a lot more,
Yeah.
which is very good to see. Yeah, it'll be a very good game to
Yeah.
watch.
I think that'll be a very interesting one. I mean, you're talking about a very high-powered offense versus a great defense.
Yeah.
Which, not to say anything against the Pats' offense, they've been phenomenal as well. And hopefully, Pop Douglas, not Rasul Douglas, but hopefully he comes out there and has a good game for them. I think, I really don't care who wins in this one.
Yeah.
But I think that the Buccaneers come out with a win. So
yeah, I wouldn't be shocked to see either of these two teams win.
Yeah.
The Giants travel to take on the Bears. Giants are one of the worst teams at stopping the run, and we just saw what Kyle Monangai did last weekend. DeAndre Swift might be back. Either way, whoever's playing is going to just run all over this Giants defense. So with that, I'm taking the Bears to win. I'm taking the Bears to win. Sorry, the spread's minus 4.5.
In favor of who?
In favor of the Bears. So I'm taking the Bears to win and cover. My difference maker in this game will be, give me the man who didn't even get a yard. Give me Mr. Roma Dunze. Actually, no, I can't do that.
No?
I gotta stick with my boy Kyle Monangai.
Okay.
Kyle Monangai will be my difference maker. I can't talk about how they are going to run all over them and then not pick a running back.
Yeah. All right.
It's shameful of me.
There you go. I'm sticking with you on Bears plus points. However, I think that my difference maker will be former Heisman winner Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say enough about how well he's been playing in this Ben Johnson offense. He's been staying on time. He's been also still doing the creative, awesome things that he did when he was at USC. So yeah, give me that boy Caleb Williams as my difference maker.
I like that.
All right, who we got next?
Next, we got the Ravens traveling to take on the Vikings in Minnesota. Ravens open up as minus 4.5 favorites for this game. Give me the skull. No, just kidding.
Okay.
Give me the Ravens to win and cover the 4. Actually, I'll take the Ravens to win, but I'd take the Vikings to cover. I think the Ravens win by a field goal. I mean, do we really need to talk about who the difference maker will be? It'll obviously be Mr. Lamar Jackson.
Ooh, okay. All right. I see this one a little differently than you. I am actually saying skull. I'm saying those Vikings string together a couple. And I'm saying that my difference maker is going to be Jordan Addison.
I like that.
I think Jordan Addison goes out there and has a game. And you said yours was Lamar?
Lamar, yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. I like that one.
Yeah. That'd be a good game to watch.
Yeah, that should actually be a pretty good game.
Yeah. The Saints traveled to Carolina, take on the Panthers. Panthers are 5.5 favorites. 3-1 at home. Yeah, obviously Saints just aren't playing inspiring football. Panthers are one of the best defenses in the league. So I'm taking the Panthers to win and cover the 5.5. Of course, on the back of Rico Dowdle. He's going to be my difference maker.
All right. I see it the same as you do. Other than I do believe that my difference maker will be Bryce Young.
Yeah, I can see that. Hopefully if it is Bryce Young, he's starting to Ted McMillan.
Yeah.
Love to see
Teterow, that boy?
Love to see that.
That'd be nice.
Arizona travels to take on the Seahawks. Seahawks open up -6.5 favorites. Obviously, Seahawks got Rashid Shaheed and a pickup. I think a very good pickup.
Seattle's favored by how much?
6.5.
6.5.
I think could be very underrated pickup for the Seahawks. I think they get a very good gadget player, a guy that can play complementary football with JSN and Cooper Kupp coming back too. Be a scary trio there. And don't forget Tony Horton had a monster game Sunday night. So
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm taking the Seahawks to win and cover the 6.5. My difference maker will be what am I thinking? Difference maker will be JSN.
All right.
Feed that dude the ball.
Well, you know what? I just talked all around this this Cardinals defense and how good they are, and also how good that boy, Jacoby Brissett, talked about how good he is. Yeah, give me some burnt ends, dude. Give me Jacoby Brissett as my difference maker and give me the Cardinals to win.
Yummy. Yeah, that'd be a great upset.
Yeah. I like that.
It'd be an exciting game.
I think it should. I think it really should be. I think that Vegas knows something with the line being that low.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, going into this game, if you would have just told me the matchup and that Seattle's at home, I would have said Seattle's probably favored by 11.5.
Yeah.
And that obviously is not the case.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, let's see what we got next.
Next, you got the Detroit Lions traveling to Washington, take on the Commanders. Obviously, no
Jaden Daniels.
No Jaden Daniels in this game.
Lions are favored?
Yeah, Lions are favored -8.5. Yeah, Washington just got the injury bug this year.
Yep. No Terry.
No Terry. Their defenses, they've lost a lot of key defensive players. Marshawn Lattimore being a big one.
Yep.
Detroit's looking for a bounce back win, and yeah, I think they get a huge bounce back win, and probably dominating fashion. I take them to win and cover 8.5. On the back of Jahmyr Gibbs.
Ooh. Yeah. I see it the same as you. However, give me Demo. Give me David Montgomery.
Dang. Sonic and Knuckles.
Yep. You're taking Sonic. I'm taking Knuckles.
Yep.
All right. What do we got next?
Huge division or huge conference game here with the Rams and 49ers. Rams open up. Rams are at the 49ers. Rams are -4.5 favorites to win. Let me check Puka's availability here. He's still questionable to play.
Well, while you're checking that, I'm just going to go ahead and make my pick, and I'm taking San Francisco in this one to pull off the upset. I like that they are at home. Obviously, the Rams don't have to travel very far.
Yeah.
But I'd say that San Francisco wins this one, and I'm going to say it's off the back of Run CMC.
Run CMC. Yeah, I just think the Rams are playing really good football right now. Puka will Coach Sean McVay said that Puka should be able to play in this game.
Okay.
So I'm taking a Rams win. Taking 49ers cover though. Once again, I think it comes down to a field goal. My difference maker will be Puka Nacua.
Okay.
If he doesn't play, then it's a total wash, but I believe he'll play and be a difference maker.
Yeah. All right, what do we got next?
On the Sunday Night Football, we got the Steelers and Chargers. The Chargers are hosting the Steelers. Chargers open up as -2.5 favorites. So this is a straight picking game here. Obviously, you saw Pittsburgh defense be able to contain Jonathan Taylor. So this is really going to be on the back of Justin Herbert if they want to win.
Yep.
Man. I'm taking the Chargers win.
Okay.
I think they win and cover. I think they win off the back of actually a Rondé Gatson.
I had a feeling you'd say that.
Yep. I think a Rondé Gatson's good. And because I think Justin Herbert is really moving around the pocket a lot better. I think he's going to be able to buy time, and Gatson's going to be a big check down target for him with that Steelers pass rush. So I look for him to have a big game.
Gotcha. Okay. I don't have anything black and yellow with me. Otherwise, I'd be waving it around like that terrible towel. I'm going Steelers. And I think that DK Metcalf has a crazy game right here.
Really?
Yeah, I think he has a crazy game. And if I say it, I legit might be some sort of oracle or something. I think that he catches a slant over the middle and runs through the face of Derwin James. Yep. I think Derwin James thinks he can stand him up, and DK Metcalf says, So I'm going to say DK Metcalf is my difference maker.
Nice.
All right, what else we got?
Last Monday Night Football, we got the Eagles traveling to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Eagles are whoa, holy hello. Packers -2.5 favorites. Man, it just depends on what kind of Jordan Love you get. Like, will you get Jordan Love who's competent, can complete 20 passes in a row, throw for almost 400 yards? Or are you going to get the Jordan Love you saw against the Panthers where he's just randomly chucking the ball in the triple coverage? And
yeah. I don't like them without Kraft.
I don't like them without Kraft. I probably wouldn't like him even if they did have Kraft. I think with all the trades the Eagles just made, I mean, they picked up Phillips. They picked up what corner did they pick up? They picked up Michael Carter, the second from the Jets. They picked up a good veteran corner. I forgot who it was though. Jair Alexander.
Yeah.
They picked up Jair Alexander from the Ravens. So, with all those moves, I'm taking the Eagles to win. And I think the X factor will be Devonta Smith.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Smitty.
Old Smitty. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Yeah, I see this one a little different than you. I'm going Green Bay plus points, just as it is a straight up pick 'em.
Yeah.
And I think Parsons, being from the NFC East, he has seen plenty of Jalen Hurts, and I think that he knows what he likes to do. And I think that Mike Parsons goes in there and has a wonderful game. So for me, that is my difference maker in that game.
I can see that.
And that rounds out our picks for NFL Week 10. So, folks, that's going to be the end of our show. We've gone a little bit over time.
Yeah.
But the picks are in. The opinions have been given. The pen is on the ground.
The cat's still living.
Cat's on the leg. But we are going to sign off here.
Enjoy this great weekend of football. We got great football weather now.
Great football weather. Should be some good matchups. Everybody, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you later.